Hello, Edward. Oh, Scratch. Hello, Matt. Oh, look, I started it early. Thank you, Scratch, for the resub for 6 months, half a year. Thank you very much. That should have a cheers for a booze, but I don't have any. I'm gonna go get some, so hold on 1 second. We had a bonfire last week, and every time we have a bonfire, everybody brings different booze. And they'll bring like 4 to 6 cans, and by the time everybody leaves, we only drank through like a third of it. So our fridge is just packed full of the most weird assortment of beers and drinks. It's like all these single cans of stuff. What's this one called? Urban Growler Bach to Nature. My Bach. From Urban Growler. Well, that's Urban Growler is the name of the place. St. Paul. It's apparently a warming medium bodied lager. With a little bit of spice, so I'm thinking it's going to be slightly cinnamony. I don't know. There's only 1 can of it in there. Free booze nights. Well, yes, but it also takes me like to get all the lights set up, to get all the chairs set up, get the fire started, all the time for cutting wood. That's usually Michael though. Then we also supply usually some brats or hot dogs and burgers or something. So usually in the end, I wouldn't call it free booze. It's more of payment in booze for the hours of work to get stuff prepped, and then we have usually all the food. We usually supply about half of it. Barter for booze nights, kinda. I don't mind. Once we're all set up and we're ready to go, it's a really relaxing night. But it just it could take forever to set up sometimes. Oh. I thought this was going to be hoppier. It's not hoppy at all. It was pretty good. Yeah, so cheers, Scratch. On this is like kind of a mixture between an ale and a lager, somewhere in the middle. I can taste a little bit of a spice. Usually there's a funkiness when I hear spice, and it's a little bit in there, but not enough. Belgian beers tend to have this like funkiness to it that I'm not a fan of, and I think it's usually cloves. I don't like clove. But this is fine. I want to have some more bonfires, but I think last year we would have a day of rain every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. Now we've been having a day of rain 4 times a week. Really hard to schedule having a bonfire when everything's wet. What was it looking for this week? It was raining a bit today, but I think we're clear now. But even if we were to do say schedule a bonfire tonight, it wouldn't have worked because everything would be wet. Tomorrow's raining in the evening, then Thursday's all thunderstorms, then Friday's in the morning raining, then Saturday is all rain, Sunday is morning thunderstorms, and Monday is morning thunderstorms. It's just, I mean, our grass has been green and nothing but green since it came up. This is the weirdest summer because normally it's supposed to be in a drought. Drought seems to be the mainstay. Sounds like Minnesota's still trying to snow, which was funny because in winter this year there was no snow. It was the most mild winter we've had in a while. There was a couple days that it went below zero, which is normal, but like we normally have a good 20 or 30 days that go below zero. I think we may have 2. And even then, we had a couple of days that hit 70, I think, in January and February. It was like just this weird warm weather. I think we got 6 inches of snow one day, but then it was like 50 degrees the next day, Fahrenheit, and immediately melted. So, like, and then the year before that, we had, I think, like 8 feet of snow the whole year. It was crazy. So it's just, last year, the summer was dry and the winter sucked. This year, the winter was super mild and the summer has been wet and mild too. Like, it's been a 180. It's been a gorgeous year. This is the nicest weather I've seen in Minnesota from a consistent beginning of the year till now for almost a decade. Minnesota doesn't have bad weather, but it's been just gorgeous. And then I see the bits talking about storms or big heat waves going in and big hurricanes, record-breaking hurricanes and stuff, and we're just up here and it's like 70, 78. I think we're fine. I am not complaining. Music's on play. I'm gonna try playing superheroes. I've started going back into my dark fantasy music. That's the name of the studio, Dark Fantasy Studio. Because I technically have a license for it all, and it's actually really good. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it's called superhero. I'm gonna guess because it sounds superhero-y. Okay. Well, anyways, hello. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, for the beer I grabbed. It's backwards, but it's back to nature. Something. Kind of tastes metallic, but I think that's just like me. I think it might be a slight bit of clove in there, but it's still not much to bother me. All right, we want to finish this today. I wanted to do it last time, but then we just had way too much stuff
this one time
come up.
I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot. Yeah!
Hmm.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Something wrong with your head motion here. Maybe have it. Okay, I need to fix something. Something felt awkward to me here, and usually that means something's off. Maybe that is just the neck's going down too much, but I want to try a couple other things. Anyways, how was everybody's week? Michael's going to ask it again too. He got home like 5 minutes ago. I think maybe for one, I'm going to turn her down a little bit. Okay, so I think I might try to make her dip a bit more. This is where she's going down. Maybe I just need her to have her like get into this more. I haven't done much. Oh yeah, what am I talking about? I'm completely confused. It's Tuesday, isn't it? I worked yesterday, but I have the rest of the week off. I took a couple days just to have some brain relax time. So it feels like a Friday to me. But I have a 4-day weekend because I have no classes. Friday normally, and the 4th of July is on the 4th day of the week. Yeah, we get every other Friday off, and it ended up that our free Friday was on this Friday, so that was convenient. So then we got the 4-day weekend, but then like half the company took the week off, so I decided to just take a couple days too. But Monday is report day, so that's why I stayed Monday, just to make sure I didn't have as much to come back to when I started. But well, I'll wait till Michael gets here, but there's other things that are gonna make next week a little interesting. Maybe it's... Let me see if it's maybe just getting her to like be more out. No, I think I know what it is. She's too... There's too much motion here. I think I want to have her stop, get her head a little bit more. Well, let's take these spots and we're going to playhead everything to here a little bit. Okay, maybe not that much. Maybe you have her head stay a little. Maybe try to open her mouth a bit more. Something off, and I know if I poke at it enough, I'll get that feeling to go away. Yeah, I got a bit of stuff done today. I ended up going to Half Price Books because I like going there, and I've been there in a while. Check for sales, got a couple things, but I had ordered some stuff for our porch to have a switch for the light, so that we didn't have to go and like try to reach behind stuff to plug in the lights out there all the time. It's just some fun lights for making it nicer out there than just a flip switch like ceiling light. And then we got a spice rack that I had to go and move all our spices over from, and that took forever. But now we don't have to dig through a cabinet. I think I want to do a little bit of let's do okay, I think this is looking a little better. I think that part of it was the mouth. And how's your nose wrinkle? Already is there, so we're gonna just modify it a bit. There. And her cheeks. Right here, she shouldn't have them up yet. And then here, because it's going onto that side, I'm going to have the right side go up a bit more. Okay, that mouth looks way better. Yeah. Okay, so she should have her mouth pucker in a little bit more here, a little quicker. Yeah. There's no way to really get the... Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with it. It's just, I don't think I'm gonna be able to figure that part out. I feel like she's still not that surprised. Let me try. I want to do a couple things for eyes here. We're gonna bend them in a little bit, not too much, because then I can see into her head. Also, I think it's here. Her body's not moving here. It kind of hits a peak and then stops. I think what I need to do is just keep her body going a little bit. Like that. It's barely noticeable. I'm kind of okay with that. I think we'll go with that. Yeah. Do I need to? Yeah, I probably should. Actually, because she has a lab coat, easiest way to extend the legs if you need to is just drag them. Actually, oh, big brain time. Why don't we grab this? I like that, actually. Hello, Hot Rod. How's Hot Rod doing? Doing pretty decent. Might hop on PC here soon. Go on phone. Ready for the 4-day weekend. I actually have a 6-day. Took a couple of days of PTO to have some nothing because we have my father's coming on Friday. The Independence Day is at my father's coming to help out with some stuff around here. My Thursday is doing some Independence Day stuff with family. Saturday is a board game hangout. It's like got half this the time off is just busy, so I'm like, eh. Nice. How's the basement coming along? I would consider it done. There's still things to do, but none of it, I would say, was like a direct result of the flooding or anything. It's more of, we're back to where we were before, probably a little bit beyond that. But there's still some things I want to do that were resultant of a lot of the changes. I still have to put up some sound stuff to deaden the sound coming from the furnace room and replace some different doors and some stuff like that, but that's nothing to do with the flooding. I wanted to this spring focus more on the outside stuff, but we've already got a ton done out there, so I can slow down on that. It makes sense to have her like jump a little bit. I think it'd be too much. I'd have to redo it way too much. No. If I did like a straight up and down thing with like her whole body, maybe, but that would require quite a bit of work. It would kind of be neat, but technically if she was doing that, there would probably be slightly more push off from one than the other. They'd have to be differently timed. She'd have to have more impact when she landed again. Yeah, we got a leak on our house in the basement. The chimney clean out in our basement's cracked on the inside, so when it rains a lot, it leaks to our basement. Oh, ugh. Actually, we had a chimney. We had two chimney, or yeah, we technically had one chimney, but it was three slots in it. I think two, because we had a fireplace in the upstairs and in our basement, but the basement one made no sense. I was never going to use it. So when they had the flooding happened, I said, let's just, or they're like, well, we can put it through here, but we'd have to take out the fireplace. I'm like, yes, please. So they did remove it, and where is the picture of when they were removing it? I always said it looked like a Call of Duty, like destruction picture. Okay, no, it'd be before then. I don't see it. Would have been around here. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I didn't transfer those over. No, I swear I did. Okay, well, maybe that's weird. But yeah, oh yeah, here's where we had it removed. So this is when we were taking everything out. So yeah, there's this chimney that was down here, and not chimney, a fireplace, and it made no sense. So when we had this tile removed, there's asbestos mastic, so we had to have somebody come out and clean that out. They just pile drove that entire fireplace and removed it. It's coming from the ground order. You have to dig 90 feet down. Oof. Yeah, there's not much you can do on that. Oh, here's the picture I was looking for. This one. That was after they knocked it out. That was just, we capped the top of it, filled it with insulation, and then there's normal insulation on the outside. So it's just a hole in the wall that will never be seen again, maybe. But yeah, my basement looked like that for a little while. Now, that was after we got the walls up. Oh no, this is after they did the stuff on the walls. This is for the sump. They put these things on the wall, so if any water comes out of the wall, it goes down into the sump. So that is after they did that. But then we have new flooring in there. I have bookshelves across that whole wall now. I just don't have those pictures right here. That's the other side of the room. Coming around there. But yeah, basements are funky because it's like you have to actively work against Mother Nature. I wonder if I need a permit to put a sump in the basement. Usually if you do it yourself, you probably would, but if you hire somebody to do it, they'll do it for you. They'll figure out the permits. I don't know though. And we don't even have a sump that's all the way around. It only covers about 2/3 of our basement, the areas that were a problem. So technically there are parts that could still have water come in, but if you do a full one, problem is if it's a finished basement, you have to have everything torn out. And I think like we even had to open up the walls by, I think like 3 feet they wanted, all the way around. So like for a while you could walk around the entire inside. There were still rooms, but there's just holes in the wall around the outside. But if it's an unfinished basement, you might be able to do it yourself, but it's a lot of concrete work. You have to blow out a lot of concrete and make these pipes that go through. How are we on the Twilight animation so far? I was just doing a little something here. Giving her a little kicky there. I'm... Yeah, so last time I think we did the tail and we locked that in. Hello, Michael. More coffee. You mean chocolate milk?
Yeah, it's half and half.
I did pick up decaf today.
Gross.
No, I looked online for some good ones. The best I could find that was nearby was Whole Foods had it. So I picked up some of that. It was actually really good.
Good ones. Talk about decaf.
Yeah. Had a full cup and a half today.
Oh,
so
boy.
I got my coffee fix. It was nice. Oh, Michael,
I need my
Michael, watch this.
Oh no.
Wait, watch this. She's a kicky now. I added a kicky.
It's a good kick.
I was trying to figure out something felt off about it, and the kick helped a lot.
I feel like the mouth might be opening too much.
No, I made it open.
Jaw.
I made it open more.
Okay.
It just didn't feel right, and so I readjusted a couple things just before you came down.
Michael, you cannot have coffee opinions. You made coffee with a paper towel and filter.
Yeah.
That was good coffee.
No.
Yeah,
it was horribly extracted.
It was delicious.
There was, because you put so much, you put like 3 times as much coffee as you needed around the outside, and so that none of the water got to the middle of
I
it.
soaked the whole paper towel down in there.
I know, but there was no way for the coffee extracts in the middle to get out of the middle.
You squeezed it.
No, it takes time. All of them need to be hydrated and almost washed over. That's why most of her drip ones, because it's about making water constantly go through it, and you just let it sit.
Yeah.
It tasted like coffee flavored water, not coffee.
He just doesn't appreciate good coffee.
Hello, Brony.
No, I made the mistake. I'm drinking coffee now because I made the mistake of being up till 2 last night.
Oh well, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
I actually went to bed at like 11 something, and then I got up at 8. I got by the time I fell asleep, it's just about
You need to
midnight.
sleep for. You're bumming it for even longer than I thought you were gonna be.
No, I got up at 8 something because I wanted to do some stuff. You see our new spice rack?
Yeah.
It's really nice. Now we don't have to dig through our spice stuff. I'm happy about
Cumin
it.
always makes me laugh.
Cumin was in
Makes
there.
me giggle. Yeah, I saw it.
You had 3 containers of pumpkin pie spice. One was empty. And they were just sitting up there.
Yeah, you never know when you need it
Yeah.
for a coffee.
And there's like 4 or 5 that I didn't have more for. I thought that we were going to have empty spaces, but no, I filled that whole thing. So I grabbed them.
Now I got in that mode where I was working on a thing, and I was like, okay, that didn't work. Just one more try. Just one more try. Just one more try. And I kept making a little bit of progress. And I'd be like, okay, this is the last time I'm going to try. Wait, that kind of worked. One more try. And then next thing I knew, it was 2 in the morning. I'm like, ah, crap. But now I'm going to have some coffee.
Yeah, it wasn't last night. The night before, I didn't actually get to sleep till like 2. And so I was kind of tired all day yesterday. So I was like, I'm going to bed early.
I have decided I'm going to work on something this week, and then I'm going to show the results of the labor come Monday.
And what are you working on?
Things, I'm going to play the last level of Pacific Drive, because I haven't done that yet.
Oh,
You finished it.
I thought you said you're going to work on something.
I am. For Pacific Drive.
There's a derpy stuff.
It's part of what kept me up till 2 in the morning yesterday, yeah. That game needs ponies, man.
Okay, tell me a game that doesn't need ponies.
Maritime Bay.
It already has ponies.
Yes, it doesn't need them.
So you said so it doesn't need more ponies?
It has a good number of ponies. I don't need to add ponies.
But what if there was if on screen there's 2 mares,
Yeah.
but there could be 3?
Make a solid point.
See, that's why I don't think that your point is moot, because there can always be more horses.
Could until they start you can get too many horses when they can't breathe anymore because there's too many horses in one room and they're like stuck. They try to get up the door and they're all wedged in there.
You're gonna wedge horses in a door?
No, they're just too many. It happens if there's too many mares.
Too many mares?
Yeah, they start clogging up doorways.
There's a such thing.
Well, no. You gotta have open spaces is the point.
It's like AZ did that one. The too many mares, like picture video thing.
Video, yeah.
Which ponies would Tobias, Francis, and Oppie be?
I could see Oppie being like an aging Twilight, like a side Twi, but just like things got messed up and she's old now. It's like if she didn't become an alicorn and she's just old and bitter because things went wrong. And she's just the only thing she is focused on at that point. She's more of a moon dancer. So yeah, you know what? Oppie's moon dancer. I want to say, who was it? Francis is, what's his name? Sunburst. I think that's a decent fit for Francis.
Wait, you're gonna put stallions in your game?
Oh, I'm just thinking if it's a good fit. And Tobias. Oh, Pony has a Tobias, which is depressing. There's a character that really didn't get much representation in Pony. That kind of character.
What do you mean that kind of character?
The like conspiracy theorist hunting down things kind of character.
Probably because that's not something they want to have for kids.
Well, no, you could have a character who's just like hunting the monster who other people don't think exists, but you know it exists. Inky, I guess, maybe.
No, it's too serious of a character.
Tobias, he is serious about crazy stuff, but turns out some of it was real. So, you can't really call him crazy at that point, at least in that universe. Tobias is a hard fit. I loved Tobias as a character. He was great.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad he was not around that much by comparison.
Well, he did have a boo-boo. He got a bad boo-boo about halfway in. But he was the first to talk to you, if you remember. Yeah. Which kind of makes it all the sadder. First character you met. Technically, him and Francis were in the same room, but he was the first on the radio. Tobias is a harder fit. Francis, yeah, Sunburst, sure. If you remember, Sunburst was kind of the failed student. The one who had a lot of knowledge, but none of the motivation to use it. In part because he didn't believe in himself. Also, he didn't have the kind of raw magical talent that some other students had. Like, compared to Twilight, he was not... He was as knowledgeable, but he just didn't have her raw magical talent. He understood the spells, but he didn't have the ability to use them. Kind of thing. Tobias, though. Really having to go through the pony lexicon in my head. That one. Concrete foam pump the ground. Oh, were you talking about unlevel concrete? Oh, Tarjan was. Okay.
Yeah, he's talking about basement stuff.
Yeah, they'll do that. It's a little tricky around a foundation, though. It's one thing to do that for concrete path or something.
Thankfully, our driveway is it's not by the house. It's kind of because it goes to the garage, and the garage has nothing underneath it. But our chimney is in a garage. So, but we had somebody come over for a year after the sump pump was in, just do a check, and they did a full check for stability and everything to make sure all the floors were fine, cracks in the ceilings and stuff. And they said we have no problems. So that's good there. But we have clay. So I think it's a little harder for things to have a problem because we're just thicker ground. Compared to like my parents, they have sand dirt.
You know what? I figured out my Tobias. It's Lyra. Tobias is
Lyra and Bonbon in there would be pretty cool.
And instead, Bonbon could be a Francis. Yeah, Lyra and Bonbon for Tobias and Francis.
Moondancer then is kind of a weird one. But being those two are in there, but I don't know who else would really connect with them otherwise. So
yeah, she fits it if she was like 80, which Oppie was. But she was really like bolsterous for 80. Good for her. I don't know how much medical care they get in that wall, in that area.
Yeah, that was my thought. As somebody is 80, one little thing goes wrong, you don't have access to medicine, the doctor's office, anything. So if something starts going wrong, I mean, we can live to that age because of modern medicine, but without it,
some people can get that far without it. Not many.
But I'm guessing that's not an easy life. Like how do you get food?
She drank heavy too. She was an avid drinker.
But how do you get food? You probably have to grow it.
You found food. It was cans everywhere. That zone.
Yeah, that's healthy. Just beans.
She was also incredibly intelligent, and she probably was her own doctor in a lot of sense.
Was she medical, like smart?
She was just generally smart. So I think she probably could have handled a lot of basic stuff. Now I could see it happening, but yeah. Though I had thought throughout most of the game that they didn't really have the option to leave, but they kind of turned out they did. They just didn't want to.
Well, for some, I think there's a risk involved with leaving.
They could have left her in the evacuation, and they chose not to.
But yeah, I mean, they could leave, but you have to go through some weird crap. So I can understand, like, oh, well, you can leave, but there's a chance you might not make it. Yeah. And for some people also might be, this is no man's land. You can do whatever you want. You're free.
Well, Oppie wanted to stay because it was her life's work, and then Tobias wanted to stay because it felt like science, they were on the verge of something there. They said a lot of the scientists stayed because that was like a scientific frontier, and that's what a lot of them live for.
But what is science? But a lot of them, it's notoriety. It's not just learning, but being able to share it. Yeah. And I don't think they really have much opportunity to share it.
I don't think they were allowed.
I'm talking about Pacific Drive. I realized that some people might not.
I think everybody currently talking in the channel is watching us. Maybe, I think. I would like to see a follow-up to that game.
I think they might, but I wouldn't mind if the studio just takes what they learned and tries to not just make Pacific Drive 2, but like go on it further, like having that same type of game, but with like spaceships or something. Mm-hmm. Take it another step, or as a plane over a much larger area. That could be kind of neat. Yeah, it's not just more. Give us that again. I want more of that. Like, they got some talented individuals that can find a new thing that can be just as new and inventive.
I just want to help Francis get back to Tobias. I feel like I want that to happen. And it just kind of implied that they're not dead. They're just like between dimensions or something.
They're a part of the zone. Well, they don't really state what the zone is, so I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It did imply it had a consciousness, though.
Mm-hmm. Like it was trying to figure out stuff. It's good. No, good game. Any game you're still talking about after you finish it's a good game.
Do you see the message I put in our other chat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. He's finding more and more ways to keep out from getting out of work.
Yeah, I got called for federal jury duty on Monday. So I have I don't know if that's going to take away from any other time in the week. Last time I was called for it, it was for a single case out of 40 people. Only 12 or I can't remember if it was 12 or 18, but only a certain amount were selected, and I never got selected to be up there. I just had to go through the whole process of selection, and so it could be that again, but who knows?
You weren't good enough last time. Something was weird about you.
Yeah, but they said it would be in July or August. There's the potential, and then July 8th is the date. I'm like, oh god, hopefully it doesn't mean I got another one later.
I don't want to ever say I've never been to jury duty because I feel like I'd just be jinxing myself.
Well, and federal is different. Most jury duty is you go to a room and you sit and wait for like 8 hours to see if something comes in. Because like a case will come in and they'll be like, okay, they're requesting jury trial for this, you go in there. But for federal, it's the case is already determined and locked in, and now they're just calling in the jurors to go and sit. Like, you're not just saying whatever amount, you're twice as many people go in, then they can't kick some certain people out for whatever. And so I never even got to sit up there, but for the first call, I think they only got rid of 2.
Federal sounds fun.
It was
because it's probably something relatively big.
The last time it was 2 medical companies suing each other for millions.
Yeah,
it was, and so that was kind of neat. But it was way up on like the 18th floor in the middle of downtown with glass windows and this like wall of historical judges, and then you go to this room completely covered in like mahogany wood, like all the way to ceiling. like tall, super tall ceiling, and you're way up on the tall, like way up high. It was super opulent and weird, but it was neat. But you're spending all day just effort to learn everything so that you can go and sit in a room to be potentially selected to be on a jury. But once that was done, they're like, okay, you're done. That's it. It was just for that one case.
Yeah.
And okay.
No, that's
you can't,
interesting.
if they're not going to ask you questions like, can you be unbiased? They're going to ask you questions that you have to answer truthfully, and they can determine if you are going to be biased from that. Yeah. If you decide to be an asshole, you can get in trouble for that. It's just be truthful. And if it ends up being that you think there's a conflict, mention it. But they're, yeah.
I hate people whose names start with the letter M. I don't know why.
No, there are people that do stuff like that to try to get out, but the judge can just be like, okay, well, he's obviously just being an asshole. So, that's not justification for not being a part of it. So you need to stay on. But then if you don't follow through with it correctly, then you're still having a problem. Yeah. So, because if you like decide to hold the jury for the whole case, well, that means you're going to take longer in there, and you don't want to be there. So it'd be better just agree with everybody else on it, whatever. So.
That is the biggest issue with the process, is that some people just want to go home, so they'll just agree with the majority.
Like I don't know what our work process is, but when I worked in trucking, I basically got my whole day paid. Yeah. So I think they paid me for my like if I lived outside the cities, they would pay for parking, or they do pay for parking. They would pay for your hotel and any travel or rental cars. Yeah. I've never had to do that because I live here. My brother lived in Duluth and he got called down for federal once, but he lived with my parents. But they still paid him a stipend for the distance traveled and staying at a hotel. Yeah. So he took advantage of it just to visit home for a few days.
Might be the one advantage of working salaries. I would technically get paid when I was out. She's so cute. I like her little outfit. Be all grumpy. She'd be like, "This isn't an outfit. This is a serious lab coat." I'm like, "Yes, you're so serious
for serious science.
So serious, Horsey." So cute. She would just get like all muffed. Look at that little leg key.
See, back we're talking about on CPG grade vid about that one consequent of 2 laws. What? No, we're talking about jury stuff because I got pulled for jury duty next week. But the problem was I put in all my stuff and turned off my computer because I was like, oh, I'm off for the rest of the week, so I just did everything I needed to. Then that came through, and it's Monday, the day I would be back at work, so I had to turn out my computer back on, which it takes a little while because of the security. And then people look at me like, I thought you were off today, and I'm like, well, I gotta at least let somebody know I'm not in Monday.
I like to think that the reason I've never had jury duties, they just look at my phone like, so this is a wandering homeless dude who a friend is taken in. He appears to rant about ponies all day and only eats ramen noodles for lunch every day. No, we're gonna leave that one off the list. Don't bring him in here.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know if I'd consider it called lucky, but I mean, I've only gotten called for jury duty twice, and both times were for federal.
That's better than like
having it where, well, because if you do the county, it's normally like in this 1 week you're going to be on call. But if you're called, it's usually to like sit there and do nothing for hours, and you normally can't have access to phones and certain other electronic devices. So one of the recommendations is if you're going to be going to do jury duty, bring a printed book. Because if you don't, they normally don't want you on phone because social media, access to information, blah, 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 blah. So you're either going to have to read the magazines that are there, or watch the television, which probably has Matlock on, or whatever else you have on you. So I probably want to pick up like either a Sudoku book or bring a book to read.
Do the crossword puzzles.
But even if I bring a book to read, I can't bring a backpack because they're gonna check the hell out of that stuff. So it's like,
grab a, what is it, Highlight magazine.
well, yeah, I remember those from when we did trips to the dentist.
Mm-hmm. Dentists always had those.
Oh, I forgot to do this one.
This is just this horrible domestic abuse trial, and I'm on the jury, and the defendant just looks over me and is like, "Who's your favorite pony?" And I just start screaming, "Innocent, innocent, innocent."
Well,
this man knows the language.
You'd be kicked out, and the defendant wouldn't talk to you.
They couldn't stop him, not in time.
More than likely, it's just some big suit between two big companies that wanted a jury
trial. But that's
trial.
gonna be way more fun than any kind of like.
I prefer it over choosing
trial.
the judgment of a person.
Yeah, it's a judgment of a company, or it could be the judgment of a person if they broke some sort of huge federal law. Like it's like some dude who defrauded the government. That'd be fun.
Or allegedly, because you can't go in there assuming that they did something wrong.
You can't go in there, jury trial. So what they do? Get a big grin on your face. You immediately just like, no, not this one. That wouldn't be you messing around either. If somebody walks up there, you want to get out jury duty, just go up there and be like, so what they do? Was it anything weird? Oh my god. Yeah, not this one. So don't do that unless you want to leave. It's up to you.
But even then, if you don't want to be there, answer truthfully and just hope that it's enough. When I did the medical one, I worked at a medical device company. So there's a good chance that if I went up there, one of the questions you ask is, where do you work? And if I mentioned a medical device company, I probably would have been let go because that would be some kind of a conflict. So, because what if the company that we have is doing business with one of those two? They don't know what I might have a conflict in there. So they would have probably just said, no, go home. So
I might be off the list because technically, like, just because my medical history is on file, and I know it is, but they never really contacted me for military stuff.
no, nobody contacts me for military stuff.
When I was younger, they did before the surgery, but never.
Yeah, I never had it then either.
Really?
Yeah.
I had recruiters call me when I was young.
Yeah, because you're from Kentucky.
Yeah.
They're like, well, they got nothing better to do.
Do you want to just pick corn forever? Join the military. Pick corn. Okay.
Too bad, you already signed. I don't remember signing. Your mother did.
You live in Kentucky, don't pretend you can read.
Hello.
Big Derp. Big Derpus. Attack.
She does attack.
She like Twilight. They're married now.
Wait, are they married now?
Yeah, they're married now. What are you gonna do to the what would this ship be called? The Derp Pie? Oh wait, no.
Dirt Pie?
Derp Twi. I was thinking Pinkie Pie.
Wow. King of horse knowledge over here.
Twipey. I'm calling it Twipey. That's pretty good. High level.
You can't call it Twi Pie?
Twipey. There's already Twi Pie. That's Twilight and Pinky. We're doing Twilight and Derpy.
Sci Pie.
Why are you putting pie in it?
It's Pinky.
No, we're doing Derpy.
Oh, it's Derpy.
It's Sipey.
Siphon. Sci-Tie and Muffin.
Oh, I was wrong. It's wrong name. There. She's not food. You can't eat her. When are you gonna make that video? I want it now.
Tuesday.
Said you were thinking of working on a longer project. Is it gonna be shipping?
No.
Should be. Smooches.
I'm not doing any smooching.
Why not? Those horses were built for smooching. Look at that one. He's trying to smooch right now. Look at that face. That's a I'm trying to smooch something right now face. Get the cookie.
She got that cookie.
I am excited. I don't have to work a half day tomorrow.
Half day.
Yeah. No, we're doing a little bit of a grill out, but my normal manager, he's out of town. He's already headed off to go see family, so we're with the new manager. So it's just gonna be me, him, and the other new guy doing a grill out. And to be perfectly honest, I'd rather just go home. But fine. Or that's the face. It's the one with the face. Oh, that one. That's a good face. That's her. She's going to practice making out with her roof. She's lonely. Spends a lot of time in the lab. I always did like the comics that would come out pretty regularly with Twilight's mom asking her when she's going to get a boyfriend. Those were always cute. You're not getting any younger, dear.
This Twilight definitely is looking to get a man.
No, but her mom might be looking to get some more grandkids.
More? Oh yeah, she has. That one doesn't count. That's an abomination.
Yeah, but it's an immortal abomination, so she's got to be pretty happy about that. Like, this child will carry on my legacy into eternity. Huzzah! Of course, one of her own kids also became a magic super horse. So.
Yeah. One of her like actual daughters is a god.
Yeah, that's not enough. She wants multiple.
I'm sorry, princess.
She wants godchildren, grandkids. She wants grandkids too. More than the one. It's never enough. Her mother's never satisfied.
That's what she said.
Ha! Gross. It's her mom, dude. I mean, her incredibly cute mom. But...
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm still not too happy with this shake it does here.
I often do think that with Cadence, Flurry, Heart, and Twilight all being essentially immortal, and you got Shining Armor at the center of all three of them, just like when he kicks the bucket, there's gonna be a lot of sad super horses. Not even alicorns anymore in my brain now, they're just super horses. Been playing some Kirby there, Ice. I have a secret. I've never played a Kirby game. I think I looked at one once and went, neat. And that was it.
I think it last was it last Cider Fest or something, or one of the I don't know, one of the cons they had one of the retro consoles and it had Kirby's golf game.
Okay.
Way back, and I completely forgot how much I used to play that game, and so that was super fun.
Kirby had a golf game. Oh, there was the Mario ones.
Yeah, it was I can't remember what it's called.
The 3D one where you knock the ball around to get it into the hole.
That's golf, yes.
Well, it was like a.
That is how golf works.
I know that's how golf works, but it wasn't like a traditional golf course.
And you're normally playing against another person or something.
No, I think I know what I'm talking about. I think I watched the Game Grumps play it once.
Okay, no, I don't want the wings. Actually, your wings don't even. Wait, you don't even have wings.
Oh, she's SCI TWI.
I know, so why do I have these there? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I did enjoy the Equestria Girls episode where they all become horses. And Pinky looks at SCI TWI as a horse and she's like, hello, pony I've never met before. And then she looks at the Rainbow Dash who became horse and she's like, hello, Rainbow Dash. She doesn't recognize Twilight unless she has the wings. Because Twilight has wings. Pony who looks like Twilight but does not have wings. It's not Twilight. Rainbow Dash is still Rainbow Dash.
With like droopy wings.
She drooping her wings, yeah. But Pinky still saw her and said, hello, Rainbow Dash. Hello, pony I've never seen before. That was a cute episode. But you don't have any Equestria Girls in the Plex, do you?
I don't think so. Why would you want Equestria Girls?
For that one episode. I still don't understand how all those high schoolers managed to get like a trip on a yacht.
Because they're rich, apparently.
Apparently. Like it was just the whole high school was just on that yacht. They also appeared to be in charge of the yacht. It was madness.
There was a lot of questions with a lot of the Equestria Girl stuff.
Yeah. The Pony Show followed a lore and they had story and progression, whereas the Equestria Girl's like, this is what's happening now. Don't think about it.
Okay, so these... I'm going to delay each by... Oop, no, not the bookmarks. By 1 frame. That should help a little bit.
The cookies. Poor Scoot.
Not too happy with how this moves, though. I feel like this should still...
I wonder if there's a website that just makes custom balloons. Because I want that balloon.
Scooter balloon?
Scootaloo. I just need to get a big orange balloon and then like a Scootaloo plush toy and just attach the limbs to the balloon.
You could have them make tiny little balloons to go along with it.
Yeah.
The little wings, just get little, like, you know, just little paper ones.
Yeah. Or I could just tear apart a Scootaloo plush, but that would make me sad.
Oh, then, yeah, you could do that and then put the, well, no, it wouldn't stay up.
What do you mean?
Because it's got to float.
Yeah.
You could just paint a beach ball.
Can't get around.
Yeah. That's all it is. She's just a ball.
It's just a big floaty ball. The little wings, that's the best part. Like, no help.
Okay, I think I'm pretty okay with that part of her hair. Now it's to fix the absolutely horrid top hair. Well, first is her. Oh, the hair bun doesn't even move. That's probably for the better. Can you mark pin? No movement. Oh no, that would be under this. Okay, that's fine.
Still.
These don't have any automated motion.
Well, today's your first day. He took a long week, guys. I'm jealous.
Using the Scientific Twilight Sparkle model to this. No. I think I'm using. I know what. Maybe it is.
No, you just put the lab. Well, no,
it is the science one. It has its problems. Like the hair is definitely like, meh. But the lab coat didn't come with it, so we had to attach something else for the lab coat. What part of the model is being rotated? The right front. Oh yeah, I had to fix the shoulder. Okay.
I can vaguely remember, but occasionally the town actually remembered that Twilight was a princess. It always made for a fun episode. But I'm just recalling when she was eating the burger and hay fries at the fast food restaurant in town. They're just like, that's the princess of friendship, just chowing down on some burgers over there.
I put baking soda and vinegar.
You can barely even tell I did that.
What got me is the entire time she lived in her castle, she didn't really have a staff. Was Spike just cleaning that whole place by himself? Oh, you broke her face. Well, fix it. She looks like she got dropped on her face as a baby.
Kind of still works.
Poor horse. Her mother told her if she kept making that face, it would stick.
Oh, I forgot I did it to like a portion. There we go.
She's saying your mouse.
I was like, why is it not working?
Like, oh no, it's stuck. Some good coffee. It's kind of funny that you got all that coffee making equipment and now you're like, no. No more coffee.
I'm not gonna use it if I'm not feeling great just because I have it. Where's the bone for this? Am I using something else's? Thought that was the bone. Oh, it's just slider. Oh, there was a bone for her.
She needs things to make her even cuter, but I'm not sure what. Chad, what will make this horse even cuter than she already is?
Fire.
No, not fire. But happy things, snuggly things. If the little hair bray thing wasn't already there, I'd say like a pencil binder here or a pen. We already have the little clip. It'd be she said something on fire with one of her experiments. She already blew up Squirtle and also set her on fire.
She just has a lot of buttons and she just keeps hitting them until there's fire, and then she's like, yay, and then she goes back hitting buttons.
More science. That's how science works. You press the buttons.
Okay. I gotta fix that hair. It's kind of nuts. Why are these sliders? Oh. Because they're on off. Okay. There's sliders in there at the bottom because they were added. Okay. Oh. Wait, I did need that. No, I didn't need that. I need to get in the jiggle bones. These are the one. This is the one I'm not looking forward to.
Wait,
though.
Left butt, right butt. They have two different butt. They could move the butt cheeks. Oh, it's jiggle bones. I see.
Okay, I need to check here. I might be able to save myself a little bit of time here. Oh yeah, it doesn't split rotation up to X, Y, and Z.
I'm just imagining Twilight has two butts, like two entirely separate butts.
Because I'm wondering if, so this rotation is definitely set up. Oh no, it still does up and down. It just, okay, which one is the, I don't think I can actually separate rotations though. Yeah, this is already kind of goofy because I can't split these. And if I zero out on one of these, it zeroes out all of them. So I can't, like, could be nice to be like, remove the like X rotation here, but it doesn't know what the hell X that means. I think I'm gonna have to custom do her whole main. Don't use this model, folks. So even she's like, no. Don't use me.
I want a video of Twilight, or Side Twi specifically, on a date, but it's really awkward. And it's probably not safe. It's probably not safe for whoever she's dating.
Definitely not.
Just pour. She definitely is the one who would pour something in somebody's drink when they weren't looking. Not for any nefarious means other than a science experiment. Her date just starts glowing. Warm.
Okay, I think I can maintain a little bit of it. I'm gonna maintain, let's say 1/3. Smooth it. Okay, I'm moving the smooth. Like even here, I mean, at 1/3, it still does. Look how delayed that is.
The wiggle there.
Yeah, a lot of this is already behind, but that is like a crazy behind. Okay.
Did the desk move early?
Oh, no. So when the camera shifts,
Okay.
it better puts it in position and you can't even notice it.
Okay.
Okay, so I can there's only 2 bones, which I guess means I can kind of sort of make this easy. It's already rotation local. Yeah.
Need a animation for when you're away from your computer.
Oh no, that's why it's so weird. The hair jiggles are at the front. They're not back here.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Is it too late to replace this model? You need to keep that hair clip though. it's Twilight in her later years. It's like the plush toys where the hair comes off the top.
I'm gonna see if I can just reload the regular revamped, because this is actually like frustratingly frustrating how bad it is.
Bald.
Good. I can literally. I love that they have the none option on everything.
It's not hard
with this.
to add. I could add it to mod pretty easy.
It's an easy add. That's why it doesn't make sense why it was never added. They're like, Twilight has a horn. You should never need to remove the horn. What if I want to remove the horn? What if I want to remove her head?
Yeah, that's Oppie. It's Twilight as Oppie now. It's bald.
No, this is just so much better if you can just go a model. That's, you can't remove the base of something, but I can do no body,
I remember.
No.
Nobody knows the
The
trouble
trouble I've seen.
I remember in the last episode of MLP, everybody was angry that they made the main six look older, where they had like the bags under their eyes. Can you imagine if they just span over to Twilight and she's just straight up bald? You're like, what have you done to my waifu?
She went into accounting.
Yep, that's what happens. I'm an accountant.
Can't shut off the eyes though, which is the one that makes sense because it's a little different. So we'll ignore the eyes for a sec.
She looks like she has an extra big chin.
I thought oh, I forgot.
Oh, no.
Okay, I can't actually shut off her head. Their head is the one thing that's required.
Oh, you can't now. That's hard.
But I think that you can't have the base model be not shown. No, it's pretty easy. Just scale it down a little bit. So I can't scale it down yet.
Why don't you just get rid of her normal head?
What's that?
I put baking soda
Enter.
No.
Oh, I zeroed it.
Her ears.
But did the other side TWI have a back main? No, so I don't need this. They're back. That's scale. It didn't have an equivalent, so when I zeroed it, it got a little confused. Okay, that's a little better.
She looks sad.
And tongue. Oh, and eyebrows, or eyelashes. Eyebrows I've already gotten rid of. Okay.
But the eyes.
The eyes are really easy. You just take the head and you move it back a tiny bit.
This one time, I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot.
Yeah, that's like basically it. The only thing I'll have to change is this has a different lighting to it. It creates a sheen where I'm not seeing that on the other ones.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I don't know which I prefer. The sheen, I think because it's there, it's the Fong that's doing it. Fong has to have a color. Normally it's white. Technically for hair, it'd be better if you just had it colored like a darker version or a lighter version of the hair itself, so that it still created a three-dimensional effect. Without it, it doesn't have that 3D effect. So I can see why it's there. And especially this one has the bump map a little bit on the edges, but without it, it just looks flatter, and the Fong just doesn't really do as much for it. So
it's shampoo versus shampoo plus conditioner. That's the two hairstyles you're seeing here. Size Y does seem more like a shampoo no conditioner horse.
No, Hello Sunset. I saw the waving. It's like, wait, I thought Jelly was here.
Yeah,
I have a little bit of a clip there, but that's a pretty easy fix. So we are going to, we'll keep that showing. We're going to bake this, see if it saved it. It did not. So we're going to try this again. Abilities bake. Okay. Sometimes it won't let you do it until you refresh the software. So we'll see.
You know, that's where My Little Pony really messed up, is they could have sold advertising space to a real horse shampoo in the real world, and the ponies would just be like, Try this horse shampoo. It's the best one.
You know, it's sunset. It is hot. Well, for you, it's 71 right now.
Oh, it's toasty.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be 64 overnight.
Mm.
Tomorrow's 86, but then right back to 74. We're getting so much more rain.
Yeah.
One of the whole thing, like, boo. But everything's so green.
Very, very green.
Having to fight nature, though. Somewhat. It's like, yay, I want things to grow, and then it's like, wait, stop growing, please. I've had to go out there and spray so much stuff to try to keep the weeds from popping up.
In Kentucky, I usually mow the lawn every 2 weeks because of the rain.
Yeah, I'm used to doing it every month.
Yeah, you did it 3 times last year.
3 times last year, and I've done it 4 times this year so far.
Yeah.
And I'm only like halfway through this summer, maybe less. I would say we're like 2 months into summer, or like spring, summer, and maybe a little more. Yeah, so we probably have another 3 months left, so we're a little under half.
AFC. Popeyes is better. I do not like KFC. I used to.
Most chicken places are better than KFC, though.
They used to be good.
Cane's
They
is
changed
good.
the oil. Why are you using
KFC also we're using Windows 10. Why not?
It's perfectly functional.
Yes, at least for another year.
Yeah, until they stop supporting it, which is a bummer.
I have Windows 11 on a different computer, and it would break my workflow a little bit on some stuff. Plus, SFM's kind of finicky, and I'm a little concerned about what it's going to do on Windows 11.
Every update to Windows has just been, how can we advertise more to the people using our platform?
Yeah, and then the whole recall thing coming up, and then immediately having to be backtracked. It's like Windows just doesn't care, and it's like, how can we be more invasive into your life? Mm-hmm. Only thing I really care about on Windows 11 is auto HDR. I kind of wish I had that functionality. Other than that,
There hasn't been a significant upgrade to Windows since 9.
I stuck on Windows 7 until it hit end of life. Mm-hmm. And I think I was switching to some hardware too that wouldn't run on 7 appropriately, so I switched to 10, and I hated that transition. But now I'm just gonna stick on 10 as long as I can.
I meant to say 7. I said Windows 9, and there wasn't a Windows 9.
He knows computer.
Yeah. No, there hasn't been a significant upgrade to Windows since 7. There's been some improvements here and there, but the last huge improvement was 7. That was if Windows 7 was still supported, I'd still be using Windows 7. I'd have no reason to have changed. Yeah, like all the things that exist on Windows 10, 11, they could have been put on 7, but they just stopped supporting the platform, so they didn't put them.
There's some things like that the kernel, they're trying to do audio HDR. The software itself, from a base level, does not allow that functionality to exist. It can't support such. There's certain things that the entire thing would have to be revamped in such a way that it would be immensely expensive, and it's easier just to work into a new version. So audio HDR is never coming to Windows 10.
Is it never become Windows 10 because it can't, or because they've already decided it's going to?
NVIDIA added a feature to do auto HDR for its own stuff, but it only works in Windows 11.
Yeah, but who decided that it wouldn't be supported in Windows 10?
There's a certain base level that you have to be able to update, but by doing so, you don't know what else you're going to break in doing it.
Yes, but the programming language hasn't changed in 7.
I don't know.
No, I mean, it's not.
I know, but there's still other functionality that, like, if you start poking at the base kernel a little bit, then you could easily completely break other things just at one function. Where if you are already working at modifications of that, you can fully test it and work your way up from there, and a new version for a bunch of those changes. And if you update 10, you have to make everybody use those functions when not everybody wants to right away, and especially with businesses and stuff. Everybody's an A. I think I've reached a point where I first. Okay. Hey buddies, and I think have reached the point where I at with the first Descendant beta.
I think
I get the point of it, but that was okay. Yeah, I was gonna do the.
Can you go back and forth right there just a little bit? Like tap it.
She's so hanky.
No, tap it back and forth. This is. Hey, yeah. Hey, gotta do that.
I just like the blur here. It just looks like this is. Either she stubbed her hoof,
no,
or somebody requested she proof of her work.
I think if you bump your hoof hard enough for it to hurt, you've really messed up your hoof. Hoofs are tough.
Oh, they're squishy.
That is the great debate, isn't it? The marshmallow hoof versus the hard hoof.
Which one do you want? Do you want the hard normal hoof, or do you want the squishy sock, the wishy wooshy, they go like squishy squish?
Well, I don't want them hurting their feet, and I like the idea of them wearing horseshoes.
They can do whatever they want if they hold their breath.
Horseshoes would be cute.
They hold their breath and they get hard hooves.
So it's definitely like they can put horseshoes on for certain. It is a big fingernail, but it's a soft fingernail.
Okay, so that's the hair front for the normal Twilight. Wait, it's the same texture.
The texture not change between the two models. It's probably just a setting in the is it the VMT file?
It's the same VMT.
Is it? Are you sure?
Because they're both using.
Because the hair definitely looks different. There's a different sheen to it.
Oh, okay, I think I might have I not actually pulled up the right model. That's probably why. I'm like, that's the body texture. That's not what I want.
No, that's why it's I felt sorry for Francis because in the end his theories were proven to be correct, but because he
there we go
did fabricate his data, because he truly believed he was on the right track for something, but his data just wasn't showing it. So he fabricated his data to make it look like what he was expecting to see but wasn't seeing. And when Arta found out, he got demoted, like pretty severely. As in his words, he became a glorified flask cleaner. But he was working at the top. And he was right all along. He just went about it a bad way.
Okay, so it's in Science Remastered Hair Front.
Main front.
So it's still pulling from the normal hair.
Wait, hair front or main front? Because I thought that file was called main front.
No, it's hair front. But this one's main front. This one's hair front. So yes, they're both pulling from the same texture. It's referencing a different VMT that goes back to the original texture. So that means that technically all I really have to do is make sure this information matches. So we're not using that. It's using a different font too. You know what? I don't even care. Actually, wait, no. I have to make this one go in the other file. That's what I was trying to think about. Okay. So this one is using 0.51. Oh, they're in different orders too. Oh, they're not using Fong Exponent. Okay.
I always think of my job, I could get so much more done if I didn't have to document anything I was doing. But they want that documentation, so you know we can charge people for the work and reference back to it and whatnot. I get so much more done though. Like the fast food, electronics repair. That's
It's close enough.
probably half my days just spent on paperwork. Hate it.
That's most jobs though.
So much.
Anytime you have to do, you get to do something fun. It's usually 5 minutes of the fun and then 2 hours of paperwork or follow up on it.
I just want to be able to hand somebody like, here, I fixed your thing, and they hand me like $20.
Like kids that want to be police officers, and then like the whole police officers thing. Like there's the joke in movies and stuff where they're like, so what do you think this is? And the police officer's like, I think it's a lot of paperwork because they got to write reports when they go back, and everything needs to be documented. 111. Was they using Exponent? No, it's just Boost, which is 1.
Whatever. That's why jobs like baker or shoe cobbler, they didn't have to keep documentation. You gave the person bread, they gave you money, and then you went along with your life, and you got time to break more bread. Now I have to write up a 3-page document for every loaf of bread I sell. Madness.
That didn't actually fix it. It could be the Fresnel ranges. I don't want to just completely change the value because I want to make sure I can replace it again later. But it's pulling from the same texture. It's changed a little bit, but it's still shiny.
Look at that horse has her mouth open. You know why? Because you're hungry. You should give her a carrot.
No, she's the science.
No, this is science. Give her a carrot. It's a science carrot. Now I want an animation of Spike with a carrot on a stick, and he's just riding Twilight around. She's like, "Ooh, carrot!" Got like the ooh, and her eyes are all sparkly, and she looks at the carrot. She really wants that carrot.
I mean, I did change it, but
It'd be cute.
well, this is using half Lambert, which is God.
Carrot on a stick.
I'm just tempted to make it so that the other model is just using all of these texture things. Is this light's on? Yeah. That didn't change anything. Is there even anything left? Blend tint base alpha?
We'll just copy the whole thing.
Oh, wait. Well, that's not. Because I don't. I could. It'd probably be easier, but I was thinking I would only gonna have to replace a couple things, not all of it. And I don't remember if you can do group. Actually, I think you can. In this file, though, because it's not color coding, doing group commenting or putting just a symbol at the beginning and the end is also confusing. So, because then I'm not able to see exactly which ones I removed. Yeah, that one doesn't matter.
I get the importance of documentation because we do get customers being like, "What did you do?" Almost like a test. Like, we find something you can't answer, that means we get free stuff. You know, you documented it exhaustingly.
Okay, so that is now, it always was a little lighter, but now at least it does match what it was before.
Yeah. Looks good.
Top score.
There is a bunch of situations where it's clipping over here.
It's hair.
No, yeah, but it comes out weird like that. That's very distracting.
All right. And hair can like move through each other.
Yes, but when they're very different colors, and you can just see something pop out of something and pop back, that's different than hair that all looks the same and just all looks like a spaghetti of this stuff. I don't want to have it doing that.
This one time, I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot.
Ulu got her pie. She's flying through the sky. Ulu and her pie. Hope she doesn't die.
She's not gonna die. She's just gonna be morbidly wounded.
Needs help.
I didn't say mortally. Morbidly.
Morbidly wounded.
I said that by accident, but it definitely still fits.
Not fashion, a bit boned.
Top score.
You float away.
Okay.
One time, I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot.
Okay, when she
Pie and fed baking soda and vinegar in a pie.
I feel like Scootaloo needs to look down at her pie at some point.
no, because there's not enough time.
No, like right when it turns camera, like she should be looking at. Oh, okay, that she does look at the pie. Okay, never mind. She already does it.
It's a little bit pop.
Oh, poof.
Top score. Top score.
All my things are pony things.
A couple spots with her hair that I want to smooth. For one, anything that's not part of this, I can just get rid of the motion. Her cheeks that aren't visible don't need to wobble. This is a non-visible
but
mole.
they can.
Okay. So you look here. It kind of gets stuck for a sec. I'm just going to smooth that.
I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie.
Hello, Biden. How are you tonight? The effects of coffee are already wearing off.
You know what you need?
More coffee?
More coffee.
Yep.
Because, you know, you said you stayed up too late last night.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get lots of coffee to make sure that you can stay up enough to go to bed.
Now I want to work on some stuff. I was so close to figuring out the thing I needed to figure out before it hit 2 a.m. and I realized, holy crap, I'm in trouble. And also, I ordered the part for my cake today because I've just I've come to
The one you lost
one I just randomly lost.
randomly?
Like it was right in front of me. It was on the cutting board. Story, I lost a piece of a cake. I sat it there. I remember picking it up. I don't remember where I put it down. And it was just gone forever. I checked the trash, wasn't in there. Positive. Tore through it.
Yeah, I think it was just him with his dumpster diving days. Just having a relapse.
I did eat a bit of the You know how I've been squishing those berries? I ate a bit of like the millet, I guess you call it. What's left over after you squeeze all the juice out. And I took a little bite and it tasted good. And then I realized, there's probably like bugs and everything else crushed up in there too. So I stopped eating it. They definitely used to eat it back in the day. It was just like a bit of calories. They get all the juice out to make wine, and then they just eat the remnants.
Okay, now I just want to make sure timing is correct.
I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot.
Okay, it's a little delayed right there.
The newest thing, Ice, is it turns out lab coats make horses even cuter. Can Rainbow Dash have a lab coat?
Which
Wait,
Rainbow
no.
Dash?
Rainbow Dash puts on a lab coat, and then I started hearing doo, like Rainbow Factory playing in the background.
I put Rainbow in a lab coat once.
Oh yeah, when she was grinding up kids.
Yeah.
You should have been at the stream yesterday. I formed an army of children.
I popped in to hear you say something about that, and I was just like, this is why he's not allowed by schools.
Yeah, no, I got Sweetie Belle, Scootaloo, and Apple Bloom led by Luna into a cave. And they were doing really good until everyone died. Because they're not really leveled at all. They have like no magical skills. And they were doing okay until like a Chimera showed up and killed them.
I remember, yeah, the Chimera part I remember.
And then I went back into the cave because she's like, no, what? I'm going to get these children leveled. We're going back into the cave. And they were doing really good until the Chimera showed up again. There was like randomly spawning mini balls that would just show up and destroy the children. Luna could not save them. She was not enough on her own.
I think my sister was like, so is, he's still playing that game? I'm like, well, yeah, because he's choosing not to grind or do any actual leveling. So he's going to be running into problems because the game's just going to get slightly hard over and over and over again.
Well, I'm not doing fine.
And the person that made the modifications to the different fights didn't balance them very well. No. So you have to deal with that, where being a little OP would help.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm getting through it just fine.
You had to kill Derpy like 3 times.
That's the only time. Then the Chimera got me twice because the child army was a bad idea. I did it for the lulz and everyone died. I feel like that should just be on Colonel Mustard's like tombstone. I did it for the lulz. He was awful. Colonel Mustard. Not Colonel Mustard. Custard. I was confusing a historical figure with a character from Glue. They're both yellow sauces. What?
I was wondering why he's Colonel Mustard
instead of Colonel Custard.
Like, well, don't remember him being the definitive guilty party in that game, but.
Kids, it was her children of the night, Sun said. She took them into the cave and they all got brutally murdered. Though I did find out Apple Bloom's pretty decent. She's not great, but she's decent. They definitely almost intentionally made the kids weaker. Which is fine. Like child army. And everybody at some point in their lives want a child army of their very own. Thank you, Sir Edward, for the quote. I do like that quote. No, I'm gonna kill that thing inside the opera house. I've already did. That one seems like the easiest of the super bosses. The one in the opera house, and I gotta help Octavia because she's cute.
Yeah, my sister's like, something about painting. I'm like, I know exactly where he is. He's in Juno.
Or whatever the horse equivalent of it is.
Yeah.
Sweetie Belle's the painter.
What's the name of the city that has the opera house? Not the opera house. The auction house.
I don't remember. I think it's
So that's where the painting is. It's in the building. I think upper
it's
left.
Philadelphia.
Okay. Philadelphia. Yeah, because I think it's there's the auction house, and then it's like just to the left and up.
Yeah,
I think is where that one is. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't remember games that much, not like you in detail, but I remember Final Fantasy 6 in crazy detail.
That's because you played when you were a kid. I remember 7 in crazy detail.
No, I remember 7 for the. I remember 7 up through like the Golden Saucer really well, because that I do that run a lot, but I never really got much past that. I mean, I beat the game multiple times.
Right past that Sniffelheim.
Yeah, but it was up through there because I think that I would have momentum to play it up till about there, and then I just slow down.
Yeah,
I think my last playthrough I was playing it on PC, and I got to I can't remember the big cannon place.
Oh, Juno.
That's Juno. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Into a parrot. Into a parrot. Into a parrot.
I do feel like in that game I need to level some of the characters who I don't keep in my party very often, because I have this.
You need every party member at the end of the game.
Yeah. And so
So-
having characters who aren't magically inclined.
Yeah.
So I almost need to like take my child army back out for a bit.
What I would always used to do to farm it is they'd have the spell Merlin, which was I don't know what they may call it different now, but it was a fire spell that would hurt everybody, including your own team. It was really powerful. So you'd equip everybody with rings that would absorb fire damage. And then you go to like some of the higher level areas. There's a certain island that has high level enemies, and they're all weak to fire. And so you just go there and just cast that over and over and over again, just burn through tents, and you would just farm people up really quick.
I don't know if there was an equivalent in Final Fantasy VI, but there's a weapon I got from Sombra after I killed him called the Horn Saber. And when you attack with it, it doesn't do damage. It just absorbs magic. And I just gave that to Celestia, who's already super OP on magic, and she's essentially has unlimited magic. Because every once in a while she just whacks the enemy, gets like 300 MP, and goes right back to summoning and
Are you
blowing
gonna
everything away.
uncurse the cursed armor?
The cursed ring?
The cursed ring or the cursed armor?
I don't have a cursed armor. I have a cursed ring.
Yeah, there's a cursed chest piece. It's the best armor in the game, but it gives you every status ailment.
Yeah.
And you have to beat 100 combats with it equipped, which isn't that bad. Just equip a ribbon with it,
Yeah.
and you're good. But yeah, it takes a while.
Well, I got this one armor called the cosplay armor, and it's really good, but it turns whichever character is wearing it into Daring Do.
Oh yeah, sister was saying that too. She's like, why it says he's got Daring Do, but it says Celestia?
Yeah, it's like really good armor, but it turns whoever wears it into Daring Do. It's the Avengers cosplay armor. And it's cool. And Daring Do's a cute horse. Don't get me wrong. I feel like it's made for Rainbow. I can't help but wonder if there's not an equivalent for every character. Like this armor is specifically for this character.
One time,
I went back to the island that the one horse who I saved by feeding her lots of fishes is, with the airship, and she just wants to stay on that island. I was just like, I'm glad you're doing well. And I was like, just get on this ship, you stupid horse. But she doesn't.
You calling me stupid?
But she doesn't want to go on the ship. She wants to live on a little island.
Well, because
Eating fishes.
I understand kind of why, because most people aren't going to have her live.
Yeah, you have to know how to keep her alive. I think I remember telling you that you could save Sid, and you didn't think that you could.
No, I knew you could.
hard.
I just knew that it wasn't really worth it because, like, why?
Because he's like, he saved your life.
Yeah, but he's just a banana.
Put baking soda in.
What? Why is he just a banana? I'm a banana. Different said. You said 6. Oh. There.
Yeah, this guy.
Differences. Oh yeah.
He's a banana.
He's a bit of a banana. But he saved your life. You should have given him good fish.
I put baking soda in.
Yeah, because you had cute horse.
Baking
Yeah, I was not letting that horse die. It was adorable. You have seen we went to go see Sulu's dad to abandon her, and they did this whole little makeover scene, and the CMC were all there, and they're all like we'll make her cool. And then they put Scootaloo in a dress, and Scootaloo was like, I kind of like this dress. And I was like, it's a very cool dress. It's like his favorite art is Scootaloo in dresses.
in a pie and fed it to a parrot. And fed it to a
He likes ballerina Scootaloo. He is a cute ballerina.
How about bread making Scoot?
That was a cute outfit, little baker's outfit. Point is, horses are cute in little outfits. That's why everybody likes Punk Rarity, because she puts on a little outfit. Or the Halloween episodes are my favorite because they were wearing like super cute little outfits. Everyone loves the Lion and Applejack. Come on. But it's good they didn't always wear the outfits because it made it extra special when they did.
This one time, I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot. In a pie and fed it. This one time, I put baking soda in.
I think the only 2 horses I'm currently getting Fluttershy out of the cave. And then I have to figure out where Rarity and Flash are.
So who is the equivalent of the Yeti?
Maud.
Okay.
Yeah, I fought her. I was glad I didn't kill her.
I was curious on that because it's kind of like a specific
Can you
thing.
get the Yeti as a character?
Yeah.
When I went to her, she just gave me an item.
I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie.
But instead we got an Apple Bloom. But Maud was definitely the Yeti we fought, but she stayed in the cave. But then we got Applejack's sister. Or I guess, and I don't know if she was an equivalent, she was the trade-off and they just kept Maud back in the cave. If Mog is in the party, scroll up.
No, his name isn't.
If Mog is in the party, after you beat him, he joins you. If he's not, he'll remain in the cave, collapse until the player returns with Mog. I returned with Pinky because it's the first time I fought Maud. I didn't have Pinky in my party yet.
Mog is Pinky.
Mog is Pinky.
So you got her in the cave with the other Pinkies?
Well, the other Pinkies all left.
Was that a mirror pool thing?
It was a mirror pool
okay.
thing.
It might be different.
I think it might be different. Instead of taking the Yeti, you take Applejack's sister, which I don't think the samurai dude, the retainer guy, had like a sibling that joined you at any point. What was his like primary thing? Because Apple Bloom's primary thing is that she can steal.
What is Yetis?
Yeah.
I think he was just beef. Wait, I should probably look up Omaro. Yeah, because he's supposed to be that model.
Yeah. Well, you definitely fight him in the game.
Yeah, his strength, stamina, defense, and magic defense are the highest in the game by far. So he's just super beef.
Mon was difficult.
It's rage. There's 2 default attacks, or a normal attack and body blow, where he throws himself at the enemy, ignoring defense. Wait, but with a berserker ring, he can throw an enemy or an ally with body blow instead of himself. So
I think instead of him, which would have been Maud, you get Apple Bloom, but you get her in a different way.
yeah.
I think. I need to look this up. There's probably like a guide that says who replaced who. Now I need to find out.
Okay, I think I might be basically done.
Okay. I mean, her foot's inside the wheel of the cart. I want to deal with that. Oh, you can't see her foot. Doesn't matter.
No, I modified it so that it wasn't clipping. So it's not. It looks more like it's in front of, not in.
Yeah.
The only thing is, what if I were to extend this just a little bit? I might extend this just an extra couple seconds. It's not going to change really anything.
Okay, here we go. Terra is Twilight Sparkle. Locke is Flash Sentry.
Wait, so Twilight Sparkle is what? Terrorist?
Terra.
Terra. Okay, I think you said terrorist. I'm like, what?
Locke is Flash Sentry. Sabin is Princess Luna. Edgar is Princess Celestia. Celis is Princess Cadence. Cyan is Applejack. Shadow is Fluttershy. Guru is Scootaloo. Mog is Pinkie Pie. Seltzer is Rainbow Dash. Stargo is Rarity.
That's the old man.
Yeah. Rem is Sweetie Belle.
Wait, yeah, that has to be because it's a granddaughter, but
Go-Go is Trixie, which I actually haven't gotten yet. I know she's running around. And Brumo is Apple Bloom. But they kind of split her up. Because when you fight her in the cave, it's Maud. But when, I guess, the replacement for her, the Yeti is Apple Bloom. But you get her in a different place entirely. They redid some of the scripting. I guess they wanted you to be able to get all the CMC. So they had to stick Apple Bloom in there somewhere. You still can go say hi to Maud. But I think she gives you something, Maud does, if you show up with Pinkie. You get like a special item.
That makes sense why it's Mod then.
Mm-hmm. With Mog as Pinkie. She just says if you talk to her, she says, "Take care of my sister."
Okay with extending it a little bit, but I don't think I want to go much with Scoots going beyond the screen, so I'm probably going to go to like here.
I'm curious if Apple Bloom's anything like your original replacement. Oh, Apple Bloom can actually change steel to weapons. So she can essentially be just like another Flash Sentry. Which,
Oh, another derpy murderer.
No more derpy murders. If Mom Derpy probably did too.
Yes, when she goes to court, they're like, okay, you can go free, but no more murdering Derpy. You can't murder twice.
She's fine. She's fine.
How?
I haven't found her yet, but she's probably fine.
She crashed.
She's okay.
Are you ready for booze yet?
I suppose.
We have so much random crap.
What do you want?
Oh, I don't know.
Are you surprised?
Yeah, there's something in there. There's like a chocolatey, darker beer on the left side. Grab me that, unless it's like it's an imperial thing. If it's a standard percent, then to grab that. If not, then just grab me one of the like honeys or something. I just don't want a super high percentage one. Bite, I'm under the like the you can't change my mind mentality that the noise blaster is one of the most broken bits of anything in Final Fantasy VI. The noise blaster would probably be like the tool I'd use 90% of the time, because there's nothing better than going into a combat, telling all the enemies to attack themselves. And if the enemy doesn't attack themselves, they'll just keep attacking their other friends. It basically removes somebody from the combat and makes them instead damage who's there. And that's significant. If you can noise blast one enemy out of 3, it's basically now you can focus on 2, and the third guy is just helping. It was just... Noise blaster is amazing. By far best in the game. Is either that, auto crossbow, or drill. Chainsaw wasn't good against bosses. Drill was the only really good thing against the bosses. And then auto crossbow if you want to do AoE damage, but really it's only if noise blaster didn't work. Noise blaster is so good. Okay, well I think we can probably call this good. I'm still thinking that I really want to add a little something to the beginning of this, that because I feel she's still a little like stiff.
This one time, I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot.
Oh, you know what? Actually, we're not 100% done. I haven't really done anything with the lighting. Right now, it's just kind of like standard fare. I kind of want to shove them into a darker area so I can do a little bit more custom lighting. But first, if I do... Okay, everything moves. That's all I cared about. Does it break Scootaloo? Because it was... Okay, so like that camera worked. If I move it over there... Oh. World. I have it set to overwrite. I didn't mean overwrite before. That was why that thing is being goofy.
Brunch, basement, breakfast. I'm assuming that's what
Yeah, but what's the percentage?
10.5.
No.
Have this instead?
Oh, are you gonna drink it instead?
I'll drink.
Let me try this first, because it says Bavarian.
It's a wheat beer.
I want to make sure it's not funky. This is also an extra size can. No, I'm fine. It's a little funky, but
I'll drink the breakfast.
it looked good.
It does look good.
But 10%.
10.5.
And you haven't had any yet, so... Drunkels Hefeweizen. It does say it was brewed and bottled in Germany. But this is also... Do you notice the size of the can?
It's a big can.
You know, it's it's non-standard, which is confusing me.
What might be standard for Germany?
Oldest wheat beer brewery of Nuremberg. 5.2. That's felt better.
No, I think that looks like something John probably brought. It feels like a John thing.
The wheat beer in Germany I did like, but just their standard beer I thought was better.
Yeah. That's pretty much all they have is their standard
It's just beer.
It's just
But I love that. It's just really one beer.
one beer, please.
It was just it was so nice. It was good.
It's a good beer, yeah.
Oh, so good.
Oh my goodness. Breakfast.
It's a very pancake of chocolate.
Mm-hmm. You can tell it's a high percentage. I get this sense that a lot of people want me to be done with the Final Philly Fantasy game, but I'm having so much fun.
You probably have. What I would recommend is on your time for an hour or two, just go grind offside of stream. That's what I was doing for a bit because
I don't feel like I feel like I'm making pretty good progress.
Well, no, it's more of just so then you're not having repeats.
Oh, I had repeats because I did dumbs. Not because I can't move forward.
I'm going to we're going to try playing around with the lights a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do too much with the lights. Just something to create a little bit of definition in here, and that's about it. That lab coat, though.
So it's very cute, I know.
No, it's very white. So it glows for any type of light I throw on her.
Here's my opinion about lab coats, chat. If somebody's wearing a lab coat and it's perfectly clean, they're wearing it for show. They don't need it. Lab coats serve a purpose, and that's to keep you from ruining your clothes.
We have a lab at work. No lab coats, all smocks.
Yeah, I wore a smock at my previous job.
Yeah, like they're
cheap lab coats.
But they're just blue.
Yeah.
So everybody walks around with it on all the time. If if they have to be in the lab a lot, they have their own named one, and then at the end of the day, they drop it in a closet and it's washed. So, but then they have a couple with their name on it, so they just wear it all day, because then they don't have to worry about it.
Smocks really are better, but they don't.
Well, lab coats don't. They're just protecting you. Smocks are protecting the equipment.
Yes.
So
they're better, but lab coats they carry more prestige.
How many pens do you have in your pocket?
No, I have them in a mug. I have a coffee mug full.
You've got to have a pocket. You have to have a pocket protector. Oh my God. Bill Nye is so angry at you right now.
There's a certain people see somebody in a smock, they go, there's a blue collar worker. Somebody sees in lab coat and they go, that's a smart dude who just walked by.
Then why aren't you wearing your lab coat more often?
I have it upstairs. You want to get it? I just washed them.
It's not like, oh baby, put on your lab coat.
I need something to keep the beer off of me.
I'm not really liking what any of my options are for lighting here. I feel like if I'm going to do anything, it's just going to be like a corner like this, and probably even without shadow. If I were to build this whole thing from scratch with lighting, I could probably make much better lighting. It's just
Into a parrot.
I guess my only concern with doing the lighting the way I'm doing it is that this lighting looks really bad. All of that should be really dark behind it because all the lights being blocked by all that equipment. Well, that's the difference between lab coat and lab smock. Well, I'm saying like a smock is usually for electrical prevention. It's a coat that dissipates it around you so that it helps prevent static and stuff.
So cosplay as a smart guy.
Where's your pocket protector? And that is definitely dirty.
Yeah, I just cleaned it.
It's got black all over the front.
It's because I use it. That's what I'm saying. It's professional because it's actually required.
See, you should have worn that to the con with your black hair.
Yeah, truly evil.
Truly evil. Like, I just came back from my evil laboratory.
It's probably the first time I've worn it in the house.
You don't go in your room sometimes, just wear it, and you're like, ooh.
Yes. I've been wearing the same freaking lab coat for like 5 years now.
Do you mock a smock? A person wearing a smock. Dude, it's a real nerd. Look, he's wearing a smock. No, like, was it,
No, I wore a smock in my previous job. This job I wore a lab coat.
to clothe in a smock.
Blue static smog. Probably what you're looking for. Images. Yeah.
Yeah, they traditionally look like that.
That's what I work.
This is what I'm used to seeing. Exactly like that. They're collared. I don't know about the corner bits, but
Corner bit's weird.
all it is for helping minimize static. That's all it is.
And protect your clothes. That serves the purpose.
For our place, it's 100% ESD.
Yeah.
So they're just worried about that. Anytime, like I had to go into the lab a couple times, somebody had to show me something, and I had to go through the whole like get dressed up procedure and whatever. But I don't do it often, and so I don't even have badge access. So somebody had to walk me through.
I remember answering the back door for UPS, just wearing my lab coat because I'll be using it a lot of the time. And there we have a button doorbell that says "press for service," but you can't really make it out. So our UPS driver thought for the longest time because of the lab coat that it said "press for science."
The science button.
That's the science button. And she's like, "I like this doorbell you got back here. It says "press for science." I'm like, it says "press for service." She's like, "Oh, that makes sense."
That would make more sense.
Mm-hmm. This lab coat does feel like, to be honest, I hate wearing this thing. It's hot. It gets hot sometimes. But it's better than letting my clothes get destroyed, so I wear it.
Getting warm now.
Nah, it's alright.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like a breathable one. That looks like one for preventing like physical, like abrasions and damage. And
Yeah,
plus
burns.
your collar's in on the one side.
Mom. Fix my collar.
You came down here trying to show off your fancy coat.
I'm wearing a lab coat at work. They don't wash mine for me. I have to bring them home to wash.
Was nice having that service though.
It's nice having the lab coat because when I first started there, I didn't, and my clothes were getting wrecked. Did not care for it. And then it was like our main office. She's like, "Why isn't he wearing a lab coat? It's gonna ruin his clothes." Got me lab coats.
There we go. That's much better. I didn't want to have to do fancy lighting, but I wasn't going to be able to do shading correctly unless I put something dark back there.
Wait a minute, am I just cosplaying as Twilight now?
You are.
I got the glasses. I got the coat. I just need to be purple.
Well, hold on.
Strangle.
Okay, so that would be okay because that lighting would make sense.
Oh, that was nice. I take careful of lighting all the computers. You, oh, I guess you can't see.
Yeah, I'm shading behind it because if I can't do decent lighting all over, those looked fakey. Same with on the ground below it. I got to work on that. But these fake shadows are cheap and easy to do, so might as well just do it this way. Resource wise, they are very low resource, at least as far as I'm aware. Those TVs I'm probably gonna keep lit. I just have to be careful because anytime you overlap a negative light, it gets very dark very quick. Okay, these I have to be a little more careful about because this is never rotated. It's at 89, not 90. So now it is fine, but I can't be the camera anymore.
Actually, it's something I appreciate from Half-Life as well. Is if you look at all the scientists in Half-Life 2, they're all wearing lab coats, but they're dingy as can be. Like, they're dirty.
Well, that's different.
Why? Because they're in a post-apocalyptic.
Have you seen? They look like they're working out of like an 8-year-old warehouse that has like nothing anywhere. With all the money they have, obviously it was because at that time the original Half-Life's budget wasn't at least high enough to like decorate hallways. And I'm not talking money wise. Computers just weren't beefy enough to add that kind of detail. Now, like when we played Entropy Center. Yeah. You know, just like they want to make everything look lived in and very detailed.
I just appreciate it in Half-Life because yeah, they've been wearing the same lab coats for 20 years at that point. They don't have a cleaner. They probably have working washing machines.
Why even wear a lab coat then?
Protect your clothes. All the more reason to protect your clothes if it's hard to replace it. Lab coat can be dingy, it will still do its job. Which again is to protect your clothes. So if somebody walks up in a laboratory and they're wearing a lab coat that's squeaky clean.
Hello, Big Derp.
Yes. Hello, Big Derp. Yes.
True stuff, right?
That person doesn't actually use that lab coat.
Twilight doesn't use your lab coat.
No,
she just wears it because science.
Because science. Like doctors have lab coats because they could get barfed on it any minute, or some other bodily fluid can get flung in their direction. So. Also,
I feel like sometimes lab coats are like the doctor's utility belt. It gives them a lot of places to put things.
It lets you know who the doctor is too. It's a uniform of sorts. That's why one of my coworkers started referring to me as Dr. Mike, and I hated it. Normally you see pharmacists in lab coats too.
I think that's more for a look thing.
I don't think they really need them. I guess you could spill something, but it's not like they're performing alchemy anymore back there.
Hopefully these are...
Like back in the day,
correct.
Sure. Back when they were mixing stuff themselves.
Good. Wait, can I not change the tint? Ah, there we go. The floor was very reflective. Can I like overdo this? Wow, it's like fake lighting.
It feels like a fluorescent overhead. Yeah.
Well, it's not real lighting. It was lighting up underneath here, even though I didn't want it to, because we're looking directly at it. So I just removed some of the fog, and I could just completely remove it. Wait, how does that make it less? Apparently at 0, it's higher than 1. Okay. Okay, but the back should be darker than the front. And right now it's the middle. Well, kind of actually. If there's a little bit of a gap in the back, it probably would be fine. Okay. That's a little bit of shade there. And this cart. Okay, I can't actually be that camera again. The moment I touch that camera, it shifts it 1 degree to make it possible to even be in that position. So, because you cannot look straight down, it is impossible. SFM does not allow it, and it is understandable. Because if you can look straight down, how would it know where up is anymore?
Well, horses can't look up anyway, so.
No, I'm saying, if it was looking straight down and then you looked up, how would it know what direction up is? Because all directions are equally up. So how would it know where you came down to get there? So they don't let you, they go within 89 degrees, but not 90. So then there's some X and Y to say you came from that direction. So I can make the camera that way, and that's what this is. But the moment I try to change it, then because it's so tight down here, it would just kind of all get messed up. But I had to make this really tight, because I need to make sure Twilight does not get darked.
Get dirt. That'd be a good thing. Derpy wear the lab coat?
Where's Derpy?
We'll load her in and swap her out for Twilight. And then play the video, because better.
How's that better? Then it's not SCI TWI.
No, it's Side Derp. He's a super scientist.
Super scientist.
Yeah, she invented muffins with sprinkles. Nobody tried muffins with sprinkles before Derpy. Cupcakes.
I'm
with
pretty
sprinkles,
sure somebody did.
Nope. We had cupcakes with sprinkles and muffins. She brought them together in harmony. Yeah, she invented that. She won prizes. They celebrated her. There's a holiday.
Like what? Because she bought a lottery ticket?
No, they made a holiday about Derpy. This is her invention.
They did. Call April Fools.
How dare you?
It is kind of her holiday.
You know, Derpy Day.
I put baking soda and vinegar in a pie and fed it to a parrot.
I'm blind.
I need to balance out the ice.
I feel like the children of the corn.
All it is just a teeny bit that just fills in the eyes so that it doesn't feel like they're as flat. But even here, I feel like it's too... They're still too bright. And there's not definition. There's no rim lighting. There's nothing to really pop them out. That's why I feel like I might want to even try doing this using custom lighting. I could try it.
Must be rough wearing clothes when you already got fur. Like you're already wearing a shirt, and now you have to wear a second. That bothers me, but you have to imagine like clothes would pull on their fur. Like you ever like get a hair caught like your shirt, then you pull on the shirt, and then it pulls the hair. This has got to be all the time. You're a horse.
Just gonna keep wearing that.
Take it back upstairs at this point.
I'm just surprised you're not like so hot. You said you hate wearing it.
I do because it's warm.
Then why are you wearing it?
Because it was funny.
But now you're just too lazy. But you said you're used to it, but you hated it. So which is it?
I'm used to it because it protects my clothing, and I like it for that reason. But I hate it because
What is it protecting you from now?
your ridicule.
Oh, sticks and stones,
Is it
man.
working? Take it off. Don't worry. Getting hot in here. So take
Well, there
off
you
all
are.
your clothes.
There you are, taking off your clothes.
I'm gonna take my clothes off. This is usually for my OnlyFans, but I'm making an exception. Hey, Giz. Dr. Michael, do you know how to unboop ponies' noses that have been booped too far? There's no unbooping those noses unless you can boop them from behind. The nose.
No boob stuff.
You stick your finger in their nose and you pull. Just use both fingers. Like
Just, you know what? Just go for the whole fist.
no. You go pick. They say you can't. You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Well, this is a moment. Yeah.
Who says that?
People.
I don't know any people that say that.
It's an important saying. It reminds you you're not supposed to stick your finger in your friend's nose, which I need a daily reminder for. And you should be happy with that. But in this case, you need to stick your finger in those horses' noses. You gotta unboop them. They may not appreciate it at first, but they'll thank you in time. In their face hole. Yeah. I don't know quote commands to add that one. That's fine.
There, now we got more natural shading under there. There's does light that a bit more, but I can still remove that. It's casting. How's that shadow not? It is a shadow that is not being covered. I can probably just increase the attenuation on these, but
So you got a chair with wheels, Giz, and then you got locks for those wheels, so that it can't roll anymore. This is Pete.
no, because his floor was uneven.
Oh, in his new place?
Yeah, so just by sitting on the floor, his chair would start sliding.
Sounds like a great place.
Yeah, 3 degrees off level. But we have the same, like our kitchen is not level.
Yeah, I'm not sitting in there.
Yeah,
I'm not a chair with wheels.
the basement's level, so that's all I care about.
That's the one that's tricky and hard to fix.
Okay, so if I remove one of the shadows, definitely fills it up a bit more. Just right here, that's a little bit more interesting. And what I probably actually should do is, instead of doing that, drop these lights a bit. like more to here. Use this as kind of like the overall light, and now try to treat it that like there's some kind of source lighting. So in this case, let's say there's like a light overhead here. Let's say there's one over here in the kitchen. Kitchen, because that has a sink.
Mm-hmm. Every room with the sink is kitchen. That's why I
See?
cook chicken in the bathroom all the time.
So we'll say that. So let's add a lamp. You know what? It's probably not going to matter because you're not going to see it. It actually would be kind of funny. There was a lamp and she hit it and then like kind of rolled around it.
I did want her to kind of bump against the ceiling fan and get knocked away like a balloon.
Your bump.
Sir bump. I have a later video with Scootaloo or Sweetie Belle and Appleboom playing volleyball, and Scootaloo's just the ball.
Okay. Now this I can definitely do more on. Their eyes aren't overly bright. Her lab coat isn't overly bright. I can play with this a bit more. So now let's load in some rim lights.
Guys, we should play Keepy Uppy with Scootaloo. Don't let her touch the grass.
Wait, you're not gonna let her touch grass?
No, she can't touch the grass. He's like, no. Touch the grass.
Is this a reference I'm missing?
Bluey reference.
Oh.
See, they got me making Bluey references. The game was if the balloon touches the grass, it'll pop. So, or scoots. Oh.
Okay, now already. Oh, her eyes just looking a little bright because it was behind the glasses before.
I will not shave my goatee. I've had this goatee for nearly 20 years now. It's not going anywhere. I'm not as attached to it as I would say John is attached to his facial hair. But, yeah, no.
Oh, I forgot Scootaloo's going to go up towards that light.
In my early 20s, I did sport a Fu Manchu for about a year. Similar to what Dusty has.
Oh, okay.
The handlebar mustache. But it went past the edge and just kept going.
Top score.
It was a bad look. I did not keep it long. Of course, in college, I just let my beard grow. So I had like a full beard. But it wasn't as nice as John's was that one time. John had a really nice beard. I don't think I'd want that beard again. I like the facial hair I have now. It looks nice and it's easy to maintain.
Which is the more important to you?
About equal. It's a happy medium.
I like care nothing about how something really looks. It's always about just, I don't want to have to deal with facial hair a lot. So I just, when it starts getting annoying, I just cut it down, but I never cleanly shave because I've dealt with ingrown hairs too much.
Yeah, no, if I clean shaved, I'd break out. I stopped using razors a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. I keep, I just go with a trimmer just trim it down here, and then I keep it at a certain length up here.
Actually, I convinced my grandfather to actually start using the electric razor because he's clean shaven his whole life. That's just the way it was back when he was young. He's clean shaven was everything. But as he was getting older, clean shaving was getting harder and harder. And he just asked me, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I just electric trimmer, real quick." He's like, I think I'll do that." I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's what most people do."
It's way easier. And if you want to cleanly shave, it has to be an everyday thing.
Yeah.
And no,
my grandfather, when he was like still working, he would take a razor with him to work and shave midday because his facial hair grew so fast. Mine grows fast too, but his was like crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you cleanly shave a lot, your skin will harden up a little bit to where it's easier. You don't have to worry about ingrowns as much, but I don't think that's good for your skin either.
It's not. You're basically peeling away the top of your skin.
We live in Minnesota. Facial hair is amazing in the winter.
For breaking wind, yeah. Not that. For farting on your face.
When I work in trucking, I would usually grow my facial hair out quite a bit because when I go out in the dock, cold and concrete don't mix. It would get frigid out there, and if I had facial hair, I would wear a turtleneck up to my beard line, and it was warm, no problem. But the moment I shaved and I went out there, it felt like a slap in the face. Like, it was so much colder.
Because if you grew, like, I know you hate facial hair, but it would blow my mind.
There is a way to get rid of it. It's laser hair removal.
It gets rid of it for a long time, not forever.
They can probably yank all the follicles, but I don't know if it's going to look that great afterwards.
Yeah.
You're probably going to have other problems.
Yeah. That you just ripped your face apart, you know. Can't really use a laser on your face.
Laser face?
It's face.
That's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was taser face.
Close enough. I did find Iron Man 3 on Blu-ray today. I've been missing that one. I have every Marvel movie on Blu-ray except Iron Man 3 for some reason.
I found Iron Man 3 a lot of crap, but I liked it.
I liked all three. All three were great.
I thought 2 was the weak one. Like if I had to pick
maybe
which is the weak one.
No, I think really anything before Endgame, other than like 1 or 2, are all great. Like Dark World, kind of sucked. Was weak, but then immediately followed up by one of my favorites, Ragnarok.
The first Thor movie was kind of garbage too.
It wasn't bad though. I would call it like mid.
Yeah.
Dark World sucked. Then Ragnarok made up for it by being amazing. Yes. And there was one other that wasn't that great.
Love and Thunder is actually pretty good too.
I would call it number 2 for his. Not as good as Ragnarok.
No, but it's not bad.
No, there was one other Marvel movie that wasn't that good, and I'm not counting Hulk because that was before Iron Man.
No, yeah, all the Hulk movies were kind of garbage. Even the one when they tried to fix it.
Iron Man was too self-centered in 2, but was still good. But I think that was the idea. They were trying to build him up as he was kind of self-centered, then not, but then they started building him up that way again, and it was after the events in Avengers that he really started almost going the other direction.
3 was about him dealing with PTSD.
Yeah, that's 3 was Iron Man was great because the first Iron Man was the way that they wrote the story, the way that they directed it, and the way that it was basically built to fail from the studio side of things, and then they made an amazing movie. Everything that they put into that made it probably one of my favorites, just because how the hell did they pull it off with what they were given?
Yeah.
But Iron Man 3, I think, he played PTSD really well.
Yeah, it was a slower paced movie, but it was him dealing with like all that crap, which is also what made the Hawkeye miniseries really good.
Yeah, because he's actually shown as a human.
Because he's the only human who's still alive.
Yeah, like losing his hearing and all that, where everybody else is perfectly fine. Yeah, no, I like that. But Jeremy Renner, is that what him? I think it was.
Yeah.
Amazing actor. Yeah. And so, but now it sounds like he's slowing way down because he's having trouble keeping up because of the accident with the snowplow thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can't do it anymore. He wants to, but he just can't.
Yeah.
But he's a
got
super
pretty
cool
tore
dude.
up.
Yeah.
Hawkeye was good because he like by the slice was by the events of Hawkeye, he's the last one from the first Avenger movie who was 100% human, who is still alive. Like everybody else has died, unless they're like a god from space or a radioactive monster. Iron Man was the last. Tony Stark was the last human to kick the bucket. And even he was like, he was still human. He just had a reactor in his chest.
There's a lot of unrealistic things with him, but they were just saying he literally had plot armor.
He still died. So
Yeah, but but that's fine. He died in a really cool way and whatnot. Apparently, there was rumors going around that the studio and Ryan Reynolds were going to have Iron Man in the new Deadpool movie, but they thought I think it was Hugh Jackman that said no, because it would have completely overshadowed everything in the movie if he popped in there.
it would have.
And so he was like, no, if I'm going to come back for this, no. And also because yes, he definitely would have. It would have been a 5-second cameo.
Yeah,
Because alternate universes and stuff. Yeah, it would have. It would have been completely overshadowed. Oh, is he coming back and all this stuff? So they said no, and I'm kind of glad they did.
Levi, let Iron Man lie.
Oh no, he had a great ending. It sucks because Iron Man was the best, but he kind of was already at Endgame armor. I think that was his last armor in the comics.
Wasn't there suggesting like you see old man Captain America at the end of Endgame? Wasn't there like something saying he was on the moon now? Like old man Captain America. Like you don't see him die, you see him get old. Like he's out of the game regardless, but
yeah, he just couldn't show himself until that moment, and not at that point. That is the current. So
yeah. So if he is still alive, he's like shambling.
I'm pretty sure that actor was also like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm still not liking this lighting. I think I might just go back to what I had. Anything I'm going to do here is just going to be fighting with the eyes being overly bright and whatnot. I think I might just stick with the plain lighting for whatever.
I don't even know who the big bad of the Marvel series is now. It was supposed to be Kane, but that kind of got tossed.
Yeah, because how do you undo that? You can't, and it sucks because he was really good at being Kane.
Yeah.
Or Kong. Is it Kane?
Yeah, it's something like
whatever.
that.
Khan.
Never gonna see him again.
No, not Khan. That's Star Trek. The Kane?
I think it was Kane.
Yeah, whatever.
So I don't know.
No, the new Marvel sucks. Endgame was literally
Love and Thunder
Endgame.
was good.
There was some follow-ups, but I wouldn't really say they hadn't got into once they started pushing into the main story, because at the beginning it's a lot of fluff with like little inklings of what the main story is, and then eventually the movies start all following a certain path, and the first ones were kind of all over the place and were follow-ups to Endgame. They were fine. But then when they started actually following their future direction, all trash.
Like I did like I really liked it. Some people gave it crap, but I really liked No Way Home. I loved No Way Home. It might just because I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan.
Well, No Way Home was great. Love and Thunder was great. Quantumania had bits that worked, but then they butchered the ending because they definitely just edited in something to make it work different for the story. But that's mainly because Paul Rudd is awesome.
Yeah.
He just makes that movie. But some of the new characters are just I never watched the new Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie though.
I liked it. It wasn't one of the best, and it certainly wasn't as good as the other two, but I liked it. The Marvel film had its moments. The Miss Marvel film.
The TV series.
No, the film. The Marvels.
The Marvels, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Marvel was the TV series.
Yeah.
That one was,
I didn't see the TV series.
it was okay. Like, it had good moments, but besides that, it just kind of didn't hit home really. Yeah, I think this is better.
I don't think you've seen the Marvels.
No.
So
I haven't really seen much of anything on there. There's a couple new shows that have been out that I'm interested in, like the two of the directors or leads that were for Stargate have made a new series and called The Ark. And so it's very different from Stargate, but it's got the same direction, the directors and stuff. So I'm kind of curious on checking that out. That's season 1 is out and season 2 is supposed to come sometime later.
did you see there's a new horse show? With new
Mr. Ed
horses?
Returns.
No, it's very much I think Giz described it best when we were talking about it. It's taking the worst lessons from G5 and it's almost straight up just G5, like the main character sells like smoothies and crap out of her stand and they go roller skating and stuff.
So slice of life.
Yeah, but then it's just like also Gen 2 where they're just like at a high school talking about boys.
Do you hate that?
Yes.
Why? It's more horse.
No, it's just hee. Let's talk about boys and go roller skating. Yay! I want horses.
Oh, so it's
firing death beams.
So instead of being the show for everybody, it's now just a show for girls and nothing else.
It's gone back to like that 90s girls show, you know. I feel like, I think again, Giz pointed out, I was like, when are they going to make a show about horses that's more action oriented and focused more towards adults? Because that would sell. And he's like, Centaur World. Like, yes, more of that, please.
Yeah, Centaur World was awesome.
Yeah, more Centaur World. And that was Megan McCarthy again, because so I'm kind of following her.
I don't know if I'd want a Centaur World season 3 though.
No,
it ended really good.
It did,
and I think that it was a complete story. Anything past that would just be about making it look worse. I think having something along that line.
I want the D&D movie, but with ponies. That's what I
want. Yeah, but they would never do that because you would be doing. You have to have some crossover of stuff, and they'd be looking at it of like, well, this is a show for girls, but now we're gonna make it adult. Like, where's the crossover?
They need to stop. They need to just realize that the people who watched it when they were kids grew up and they want more of that. It's that the Ninja Turtles did it.
No, it's because furries are becoming normalized.
Ninja Turtles knew when to grow up with their audience. Ponies needs to figure that shit out. We're all old ass.
You can make your own.
Now.
Yeah, Michael, invest.
Yes. Let me get my piggy bank. Buy Hasbro. Guys, just for a simple donation of $5, if everyone here donates $5, we'll have like $50, and then we can totally get this wall rolling.
Yeah, let's go send that over to the CEO and see what they say.
We have $50. Make us the horse show we want, please. That's just it. When there's like either nearly every huge pop culture thing that has happened within my lifetime tends to grow with its audience. Like Mario tried to do it a little too soon with their whole like dystopian 80s universe, but that movie
Sonic did that too. The first Sonic cartoon,
yeah,
it was kind of dystopian. Well, no, the second one was even darker, but the first
Sonic
one,
Underground,
yeah, Sonic Underground was more adult than I would have thought for the feel and the look and everything. It was trying to be edgy, but I thought it worked
because most companies realize that as the people who are fans of something when they're young, when they grow up, they tend to keep being fans of that thing. Maybe not as hardcore, but they still like that thing. So they market to that audience who wants more of that nostalgia. Ponies, on the other hand, can't seem to pull its head out of its ass.
There was a comic that I remember seeing that was like, it showed a mom and a daughter and be like, mom, can I play with the your doll, like doll she grew up with? And she goes, yeah, honey, that's fine. And then the son going to the dad, like, Dad, can I play with your action figures? He's like, no, stay away. Those are mine.
Will Ferrell in the Lego movie. Mm-hmm. They have to put that on the box.
200 bottle caps. I used to collect bottle caps. There used to be, I don't know if they still do it. They still sell at conventions, but there was somebody that would take bottle caps as currency, and they would allow you to, if you bought in like 55, like, or 100 caps, you could actually buy a poster. And they would then send them home and collect them. And they had a giant box full of caps. They were ready for the apocalypse. And I think for the first couple people that did it at a con, you would get a free gift too. So I have like a flask with like one of the vault numbers on it and something else. I've got it all for free. But I think I have like 3 other posters and a couple other stuff, and I've got it all for free using bottle caps. Did you bring caps recently, like the last con? I don't, if they're still doing it, that's kind of neat. But also, like, holy crap, they've been doing that for a long time. Then
600.
Because I'm talking like 2016 was when I think last time I did it.
Could recycle that for some real money.
We can get horse merch.
Ooh. No, if the people at Hasbro had any sense, they would definitely be looking at like the audience that grew up more than they do, but they don't.
I think I'm just gonna leave it as it is now. I could play around with the contrast in post, so if it looks a little like flat on the lighting, it's pretty easy in post just to increase contrast and play with things.
I want you to know that I always only say these things in the small hope that somebody at Hasbro will hear it. I know they won't, but you guys are awful. Last con bought them for, oh, you did buy some stuff with the bottle caps, bottle question stuff.
Might go there.
Look how time long.
Yeah, I was kind of bought them for my if we cosplay that 1/3 in the beginner bracket. Nice. Oh, so you spent caps to get caps? That sounds like money laundering.
Used to be you could get like some posters and stuff for caps, I remember.
Yeah, that's what I used to do, is get posters and stuff.
You had like a little pip cap up on the table. I don't know if it's still there.
It was on my keychain, but I think it was up there because it fell off my keychain. I needed to get a new link for it, but I think I put it away.
I got no horses on my keychain currently because they keep falling off. They break. The thing is, though, with any of like the Venom movies, it's not part of the MCU.
The Venom movies are really good, though.
Yeah.
No, kind of.
He did appear in
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah.
It was, no, one of those, the second and third movie, he was in the end of it, but it was because he was part of an alternate universe.
Yeah.
So he got pulled back.
I'm mostly hesitant to the Venom movies because the Sony Spider-Man movies are crap. I'm sorry. I've only seen the first one, but
the Sony Spider-Man movies.
Yeah. The Andrew Garfield ones.
I don't think they're bad. I would probably put them bottom of the list for the ones that I would like.
I saw the first one. It was absolute trash.
Oh, I have to get that.
It was dumb. I hated it. I hated it viscerally because it was the guy's motivation was, no, run away. I'm turning into a lizard. Now that I'm a lizard, I want everyone else to be lizards. Why? Because lizards. It's not.
But that has nothing to do with the movie. That is the actual character.
Yes.
So they're just following with what the comics were doing.
It's dumb.
It can be dumb, but that is the comics. That's not the fault of the director or the movie or the writers.
And then they should have rewritten it because it's dumb. Look at her dancing. No, it's not dumb. That horse.
Science.
Equity.
She's like lizards.
Like,
I like lizards. I got turtle.
She don't know she has a turtle. He feeds it nothing but candy to see how long turtles can survive on Twizzlers alone.
I guess she's dancing.
She's dancing. Just dancing. Face. It's like I'm dancing. What a big dirt. Oh no, I'm just excited. It's just like bobbing up and down like a fish bobber.
She just like beeps. For Scootaloo.
I'm imagining Scootaloo as a fish bobber now. It's making me very happy. Like, nope.
That's a good face too.
Top score.
You need to put Scootaloo just floating in the sky in one of your videos in the near future.
Ba, dun, 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 dun. Is that right? Okay. All right.
Bring back that meme.
Sell it on. Oh, there's no see Venom. The Last Dance might be an interesting movie. Because I've enjoyed the last two Venom movies. Yes, the first two Venom, or I guess the first two. I guess there's the Venom movies in general, very very good. I don't remember the guy's name that played the main character in there, but he played that part really really well. So because it's a difficult part to play. You're like having to fight with something you can't see. Like it's kind of nuts.
My entire knowledge of Venom is just that scene at the end of No Way Home. That's like the most I
have Venom in one end. I think I have the Blu-rays of both. I'm actually not sure.
I am pretty tired. Maybe I'll just sit downstairs tonight and watch one of them.
Okay, I only have the first one. I've been trying to find the second one.
Venom of the Red Lotus. You buy weird movies.
No, they're both really good. The first one I'd probably say is the better, but the second one is also very good. But I mean, Rotten Tomatoes is 30%, but the audience loved it.
Well, that's the audience is dumb.
What?
Audience, I tend to agree with the critics on movies.
But they're the ones that said it was bad.
Yeah, they did. But
it's a weird movie, but it's a fun flick. It's just I really liked it. It's
type in my favorite movie, V for Vendetta. See what the critics said about that.
I have it.
Yeah, I know you do. Because I handed it to you.
No, I went and
found a Blu-ray.
Yeah, I found a Blu-ray that had that and like 2 other movies on it.
See, that's a good film.
Yeah, but these are rated even higher on audience.
Yeah, this is
so if you're saying this is a good film, the critics are saying it's not as good as the audience is thinking it is.
Yeah, the critics that like it.
Yeah, it only like 3 out of 4 of them.
I don't know, man. I'll watch it, but I'm gonna have my expectations low.
No, I think it was this movie and like 2 others that were big ones that I didn't have the Blu-rays of, and I'm like, oh, that's actually a pretty decent upgrade.
It's my favorite film.
Oh, you got Dune Part 1 and 2 today. Yeah. I heard those are good.
John definitely wants us to watch those. I know that.
They had Dune Part 2 at cinema across the street for a little bit, but that would require watching 1 first. I'm like, because that'd be kind of a neat thing. But also, that feels like a movie I probably want to pay attention to. But if I go to Cinema Grill, I probably want to like not pay attention. I know. Actually, there's a new MMO that came out for Dune that apparently is very good.
Yeah.
It's like it's equivalent of 50 square kilometers, but it has what they call the right amount of jank, where you can kind of do things that you weren't really intended to do, but they're letting people do it, so you can really kind of break things a little bit, but in the good ways. And it's actually kind of neat, I guess.
I'm always concerned about MMOs because I keep having flashbacks.
Yeah, the image because it's super pretty. Oh, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. All right. Well, we are done with this one though. I really can't think of anything else I could do to upgrade this.
Gotta render it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that now. It's going to take too much time to render.
I'm gonna go watch a movie after this.
And we'll do one quick thing here.
You're tired, dude.
Her tail does I think could use a little bit more of a pop.
Oh yeah.
She does this.
That's how horses let you know they're happy, when their tail's up. And she's a happy horse.
It's more of I want to have it go down. Beforehand. It stands out more going up if you just have it go down first. So
I remember when we had this one horse at pasture by herself for a long time, and we brought another horse to so she wouldn't be alone. And she got so happy, that horse. Her tail went straight up. She was prancing. Oh, she was ecstatic. That was a happy day. Horses don't like being alone. They are very social animals. Or herd animals, so.
Score.
just like, oof. Yeah. Immediately just stops paying attention.
Like, oof time.
The MMO isn't out yet. It must have been somebody with early access. I think it was one of the review places. I'm surprised it's not out yet.
Like, I gotta be careful with that. Otherwise, I don't want to get caught in something that is going to be like the next 5 years of my life. Or longer. Is. Still playing RuneScape now that you've unlocked absolutely everything in that game. Originally, if you go back into the comics, the first host that Venom had was not Spider-Man. It was initially it was an alien from outer space, which is how it came on a ship that crashed, and it was like willing. And at that point, it was actually nice. The symbiotes are actually nice. They're not evil inherently. They're neutral, I guess. They take on personality traits of whoever they attach to. By the time Venom got attached to Spider-Man, it was pretty crazy. And the reason it was crazy is because the first person on Earth it attached itself to was it's a retcon story. But my understanding, the first person attached itself to when it got to Earth was Deadpool. And it drove it insane. Might be a retcon, but that was the comics, so I don't know. They've changed the stories up a few times.
There you go, Michael.
Which is
Look at Scoot. Look at her fighting.
That's a family photo right there. Put that on your desk.
Like, look, she's like, look at this science.
Look, I'm doing science in this child.
Look at boop, boop, boop.
Are you moving?
Boop, we'll clean that mess off your face.
No. Where are her hands? They're not watching that child at all. That's what happened in the race by the town bakers.
Dr. Michael Zafer.
No, she'll be fine. Come bounce around the room for a bit.
Okay. I will call that done now. So, okay. What's that? 904. What can we do now?
It's 904.
We
got rates.
No, we still. Oh, it's 9. Oh, I keep thinking it was Friday. No, we have good time. Good.
You're
no, I'm done.
You're off work for one day and you've completely lost track of
Yeah,
time.
I did. It felt like a not Friday. No, so we are done. Michael has to go sleep.
No, I'm gonna go watch a movie. I don't know what yet. Probably Venom, maybe. I'm skeptical about Venom. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's a good movie. I really liked it. It's just if you go in thinking it's a Marvel movie, it has nothing to do with the Marvel movies.
Yes.
So there's no connection to them in any way. They don't talk about them. They don't do anything. They're connected because the other thing, but no, I'll give you your points back, Jelly. No. But the others are good. I have to figure out what we're gonna do next time. I think, I don't know if you guys want a new overlay, because I feel like we've had a lot of these for a while.
There's that one funny video.
What?
The funny video.
Funny?
Bring out
Oh, no, that's a long project. I want to do little short stuff for a little bit. There's overlays or emotes. So, or we can even do a request stream. We haven't done one of those in a while.
Everybody request smooches. They'll have
We've
to
done a
do it
movie
if
first.
everyone-
Is separate from the Marvel on due to studio rights. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, kind of. I mean, they showed the actor in the Spider-Man movies, but the Spider-Man movies probably are in. That's in the gray area that they're both studios. But yeah, let's see who's on right now.
Spider-Man's like perpetually stuck in a gray area for the whole thing.
We got Hoofsies playing Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, and what is fixing a Namco Gun Con for PS1? Interesting.
They're fixing a game.
Yeah, Switch. Wait, did Switch rename themselves to Retro VTuber?
No idea.
What's wrong with Switch?
I don't know I don't see a pony on either of these people.
One's old Hoofsies. No, there's a pony right there.
Yeah, but they're not using pony VTuber thing. At least Hoosies says pony.
We can see what oh my god, that's doing super fancy electronics.
Is that fancy?
I don't know, this is probably your job.
Pretty much.
But this one, it looks like he's going to be a hacker.
Is that what that is?
Because you know how they do the hackers. They wear the gloves so that nobody gets their fingerprints through the internet.
I do think the gloves are kind of playing it up a little bit. Nothing on that is that sensitive. They're just splicing.
No, maybe they got sensitive hands.
Maybe
They don't want anybody knowing about what their fingernails look like.
either that or they're a villain in a like 1970s spy film.
Switch their name. Oh, I get it. Yeah.
I've worked in electronics my whole life, and those gloves are making me giggle.
Pretty nice gloves.
Maybe, yeah, sure. They gotta be uncomfortable. They don't let me breathe at all. Nothing is that sensitive that you're working on. You don't need.
Maybe
those.
he's just not want to get solder on himself.
Well, burning yourself is part of the process.
Or maybe it's just part of their person. They're VTuber, but then they show real hands. That's just weird.
Yeah.
But yes, goodbye. Green screen sleeves.
If they're
Oh yeah, they are. But goodbye Jelly, goodbye Sir Edward, goodbye Biton, goodbye Sunset. Thank you to Scratchwub for the resub, and thank you Sir Edward and Sunset for moderating. And we'll be back on Friday. Probably do a request stream. We haven't done that in a long while.
watching this and it's starting to make me angry.
Well, you can go tell them that. With chips in your pants pocket? Well, you gotta tell all the ladies. We'll see you guys later, though. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Never gonna get that done doing it like that.
Get it done doing.
He's like, I can appreciate doing